Alright, everyone. Jack T Striker tapping in. Hello. Hello everyone. Jack T Striker tapping in. I know I said it double, it's just I forgot to press the start the record button. Today we are here to open the Final Fantasy Collector, and then I wanted to talk a little bit about my experience in a modern tournament, as well as some, how to say it, very great information or very great analysis about the modern decks. The thing is, we just recently, or I just recently, yesterday to be honest, started going for a tournament in Modern, which is where I got to find find out which decks are the most used one and find out which decks are old ones that are still doing quite well. So that's something we are gonna check and analyze later on to the video. But I think everyone is very interested and hyped for this Final Fantasy Collector display. So how about we start opening it? I would have loved to pull it out of the package. Sadly though, that was a little bit denied by the shop itself. The reasoning why I'm also opening this collector display, because everyone knows how expensive these Final Fantasy collector displays are right now, is because the shop I bought it from sold it still for 500 euros, which means the chance that I can make here plus is very high. That's the reasoning why I'm opening it. So let's see, will it be a golden chocobo? No, that would be crazy. In any case, now that we are all set and ready, let's start opening with the very first pack. So I have my stream next to me and I'm still just gonna check if everything is going alright. If you guys notice anything, like you wanna see the card better that I open and you guys can't really see it, just let me know and I'll be sure to give you a thumbs up for, or be sure to check it and try to make the adjustments for everyone so we can see the cards better. I think maybe before I start I should adjust the lighting here, since that could help a bit. Let me just check. Yep, definitely looking better. Let's do that then. Alright, but I love to tease you guys. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Alright. So here we got some very cool. Oh, a Summon Fenrir. I think that was one of the cards that's most trending right now. If you guys don't mind, I'll really quick check it. And here we have Fear of the Fungless Easy in a special art. I'll be curious, will this one look different in special art? I saw some other cards, but I'm very curious about this one. So let me check both of these cards for now. These are the ones in the uncommon things that I just pulled, and since we have my site right next to me, so let's check it out. Summon Fenrir. How much is this card going for currently? Okay, and in this artwork, I know that a friend was interested in it. It's €1, that's something. And Fang Fearless. Or is that the normal art of this card? I think that's the normal art. Whoops. It's just that I most often got this one, so I was a little bit confused there. Alright, so the Summon Fenrir was definitely something worth, so I will put it aside for now. Yeah, let's make here the stable of cards that looked good. And we are now going to the very cool rare cards. So let's check. The first one should be Astrologian's Planisphere in foil. Very good. I think that one's currently going for around 10 bucks. So for me 10 bucks is like 10 euros because I'm in Germany. In dollars, it might be even higher. Very, very good pick here. All right. You guys probably want to see the value as well, but I think I will just put the ones that I think have value to the right side, and then we can just check it slowly together. How about that? Wow, this is a crazy pack. Tifa is also increased in price as much as I know, so also a very, very crazy pick here. Tifa Lockhart. What she does is she has trample, and whenever land enters the battlefield, she gets double power until end of turn, which can make her a very, very good finisher or a big threat for everyone, especially in a landfall deck. Damn. Okay, this one should be one of the lower draws here, but as I'm still unfamiliar with it, I will just at the end check everything together with you guys, then show you the high valuable cards. This is one of the cards I think I saw from the starter kit. I think her ability is quite funny when she comes in to top all the opponents, but this one should definitely be low, because while she has some very good abilities and all, it's just that she's high cost and very slow. I mean, as said, I'm unfamiliar with the set. I'm gonna check every card at the end. So, oh, Master Xande. Yeah, this is definitely at least 1 euro because it's an uncommon, I think it was, or a rare one in special art. So lots of players just want to get this one for this, for this artwork. Very cool, very nice one, artwork. All right, and the last card of this pack is a Wind Crystal and Foil extended art. Wow. That's gotta be something. Alright. I think I should just go through these real quick and then we go to the next one. So here we have the Wind Crystal and Foil. And yeah, that's making up greatly. 8 euros, great pick. Master Xandu. The good thing is also that now that a week has passed, more or less, like the prices are starting to drop, or how do I say it, get better custom braided, which is gonna help everyone in the future when buying these things. So here we have the card, but now in the reprint. So sadly non-foil. Wow, foil is going for 18 euros. What? Yeah, maybe some prices are still a little bit wrong adjusted. Ultimecia Temporal Treat. Ultimecia Temporal Treat. That was the wrong one. But here, what? Oh wow, okay, she's going higher than I thought. Well, in any case, let me get the Wind Crystal in the sleeve real quick. Tifa Lockhart. Did I must have had a spelling mistake here. I didn't even get this one. I got this form, and yeah, as I said, very crazy pull. All right, I shouldn't forget the Cypher Alamasi, right? But I think that one is like the lowest one of this pack. Holy, what a great starting pack, honestly. I do have to say that miswriting these things can definitely lead to some big mistakes. Wow, this one. Am I going crazy, or are these cards still, how do I say it? Are these cards still worth a lot, way more than they should be? Like, the prices are currently still very crazy, or at least it seems like for me. Not sure if I'm right with that, but the Decipher is 214. Well, I think the other form looked cheaper. Well, definitely crazy, I'll tell you guys. Very, very crazy. Alright, here we go now to the next pack. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Right. So we have some very, very interesting. Clash of the Archons, a 1 mana sorcery, full art and foil. Okay, sorry, I forgot that you guys probably want to see them as well. So the ones that look a little bit expensive would be this one, since it's a full art one in foil. I will check that one. The other reason why I'm even checking it to begin with is because since it's low cost, it might be a card that can be used somewhere else, so that's why I want to check it. Clash of the Archons, here we have it, and in foil. Oh yeah, I guess my guessing was correctly. What a crazy card. Alright, but that's in from the rares. Let's go from the uncommons, I mean. Let's go for the rares of this pack. And the first one is gonna be Excalibur 2. Wow. And that's not the extended artwork, but in foil. That's definitely more than 2 euros, so I'm gonna place it here for now. But we are gonna check it in a little bit. Then the next card is Seymour Flukes, a legendary creature, a spirit avatar for 5 mana. That's quite expensive. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may pay 1 life. If you do, draw a card and put a +1 counter on Seymour Flukes. Okay, that's a very good card in my view, even if it's expensive, because it lets you get another card, but it allows you. There's the Phyrexian Arena for 3 mana, I can show you, which has a similar ability. It's an enchantment, which is why it's a little bit harder to, how to say it, remove. And the negative part here is, at the beginning of your upkeep, you draw a card and lose 1 life. So here it says you have to do it, even if you're low on HP. But let's say you're drawing a lot, then you can just, like, here with this card say, nah, I think I want to keep my life rather than this. So I will be very curious, but I think this one is good. So this is like my own way of fighting with me and trying out and seeing which is the correct guess here. Oh, Kimari, Valiant Guardian. I mean, it is in the Tidus deck, and I don't think it will be that cool, but his copy ability is definitely funny to play around. I got my ass kicked with one of his variants, so I know that he's quite a threat. So what he does is he puts counters on anything, and then he can become a copy of it, except it has its name, which means if you make a copy of him with one of your other cards or whatever, you would have 2 copies of maybe a legendary creature, but because he keeps the name, he's not he cannot be attacked by the legendary rule. And it is crazy that he can always have the ability to put a +1 counter on himself and tap my creatures and steal their abilities. So like, if it's on a 1/1, like if you're in Commander, you can like decide to swap the abilities at some point, or just decide to keep one permanently creature tapped and take his abilities. It's crazy, but I don't think it's gonna be that high in any case. Oh, Ultima, Origin of Oblivion. This is like the one of the good mana stacking cards, especially for a colorless deck. Ah, this should be one of the higher cost ones. Wow, this is just the second pack, but we are getting some very, very great pools. Squall Leonhard in full art. First strike Vigilance Lifelink. Our equipment special cast costs 1 less to cast. This seems very cool, and especially since it's a very cool art. But I think it's not gonna be worth more than 1 or 2 euros, if I'm not wrong. I mean, I do think that these rares, since they can be gained in play boosters, are also, how to say it, quite high. But maybe the foil arts are so rare, so maybe the foil cards are definitely worth a lot. But we will see. And the last card of this pack is a Golbez Crystal Collector in foil. Okay, that should be a bigger one. Alright, here we are. We have a Kimahri, Valiant Guardian, and it should be this one. Yep. Okay, it's going for 3 euros as I thought. Squall Leonhard. Is there any card here from the set that's worth less than an euro actually? Wait, is it Danita? So it's at Danita is very funny. Yeah, here we have it. This is definitely not worth much. So out of the picture, I'm gonna put all the stinkers in. This is definitely a stinker. I'm a little bit sad though because in my view, that car Danita is one of my favorite cards. A different one I can show you because we are already in checking here. So my favorite one, there, Benalia's Hope, is a card that lets you gain an aura or equipment card from your hand or graveyard attached to her immediately. So like she already has some great abilities for Strike, Vigilance, Lifelink, and then if you give her some things like Death Touch or Haste that she can even attack on the first turn, it's just powerful. And I was always thinking about getting a deck with her. So now I have a different variant from her that also stacks with it. Maybe I'm gonna go for my own version of an equipment deck at some day. Well, I will get these cards, but for now I need sleeves as well, so maybe not anytime soon, but who knows. Here we have the Golbez, and we had it in fall, so yeah, definitely more worth than 3 euros, so that's why it's on this deck. Very nice. Then we have the Ultima Origin of Oblivion. I will try to guess. I think it should be around 7 euros. Ultima Origin of Oblivion. Okay, I will just take this one and go to reprints. So the normal one is already worth quite a lot in foil. Maybe this one is... I was very good with my guess. 5 to 7 euros. A bit lower than I actually expected it to be, even though I called it like that. But hey, and now the Seymour Flukes. There we have it. Yeah, I actually thought it would still be worth more than that, but guess it's fine. It's 2 euros still, so Excalibur, yeah. The second in normal artwork, but in foil. So the normal one isn't worth much, and in foil not as much as well. So we're gonna place it here, and we go to the next pack. So since I'm not putting it in the list, I will do a video where of this later on, where I will cut it and put it up again for data later on. But since I'm going for my how's it called? Since I'm working on my exams or learning for them in a way, 7, 8, 9, I'm not gonna be able to do pretty much videos of this. So you guys have to wait for things to appear in a way, cause I have my things to focus on a little bit there, sadly. I hope you understand it. So from the uncommon things, we have these two. Why am I checking some of the uncommons? Is because I hear that because of some decks are trending right now, these cards increase in price. So let's check them both. Side Quest, Razor Chocobo, and Ambrosia Whiteheart. Side Quest, Razor Chocobo in foil. Okay, I thought it would be going higher, but I guess that's that. Yeah. And Ambrosia Whiteheart. Ambrosia. In file. Well, going towards an euro, so I guess worth something in a way. Let's put it here. It's fine for uncommons. Alright. Oh, what a pick. Bahamut. Yeah, this is definitely gonna be a big one. What does it do? It's 9 mana, destroy up to 1 target non-land permanent. You can do that 2 times. In the third chapter, you draw 2 cards. And in the last one, this creature deals damage equal to the total mana value of other permanents you control to each opponent. Crazy card. Wow, and I got it in foil. This should be up to 20 euros, I think. I'm not sure. It's a very, very great pool. Then we get Summon Titan, where you mill 5 cards. You return all land cards from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. Wow! On second. And on third, until end of turn, another attack creature you control gains trample and X, where X is the number of lands you control. This is sounds strong, but I think it should be. I mean, it is special art, but I think it should be about here. Okay, I can't do anything, so we are already knowing the next card after this. Oh, Hildebrand Mandeville. This one is still going for quite a high power because in token stacks it seems like it's gonna be strong. So I'm pretty sure it's above, but well, let's see. Bahamut, Warden of the Light. It's the Dian. Okay, this one should be a stinker, but I think maybe it can go up to €1, $1. So let's put it here for now. I didn't know it's on the backside of Dragon. I have to add one of those into my Dragon collection. The Imperial City of Arcades. Okay, this one shouldn't be that much. I also have quite a lot of this copy, so it's a stinker, pretty sure. But we are gonna check every card, and the last card with the token being a bird is Memories Returning in foil, full art. So I would say we start with Memories and go from then. So there we have it, Memories Returning, but we have the special art in foil, and that one is racking up some money, so we are putting it to the right side. Alright. I put it in the sleeve. Okay. Then the Imperial City. Oh wait, that's not the name of that card. It's the Wall of Omens? Yeah. So here we have it, Wall of Omens, and sadly not in foil. Yeah, it's a stinker as thought. Then we have the Dian. There it is. For me, that's actually more a stinker, but maybe I'll put it up. We will see. Okay, now Summon Titan. I was pretty sure it's not that high of a card, but it is. I thought it would go to the stinker because of its abilities in a way, because it's a little bit slow, but as an enchantment, I guess. But I guess I am wrong. Someone. Ah, no, no, no. That one gonna be the last one. I think that one is the highest value card, so that's why Hildebrand. Hildebrand. There we have it. Should be this one, right? Nope, it's the other one. Oh, it dropped a bit in price apparently, but it's still a high value card, as I expected it to be. And last but not least, Saman Bahamut, the best remover we have gotten so far. Saman Bahamut. Here we have the normal one. Ballfile. Ho ho! Oh my fucking god! 22 euros. This is crazy. Crazy price for a pack. Wow. Guys, I'm gonna be honest with you, I didn't expect that the first 3 packs are already having such great picks. Like, this seems like it was a very good display. Didn't expect it. We still haven't seen a search fall yet. I mean, it said from 0 to 3, there might be packs where there aren't any search falls, which would be very, very, very sad, but what can we do? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, we have a beautiful land, Omega Harless Evolution in special art. Let's see this one. And for the rest, here you could check with me, but I don't think anything here is worth much, except this one. Let's just check this one so we have it out of our things. But it is barely 70 cents. It's barely a stinker for me. It should be at least over 80 cents that I can put it up for 1 euro. So sadly not. Alright, the first rare is gonna be another Tifa Lockhart. Okay, we already know that the extended artwork is quite worth something. So the normal version in fall should still be worth quite something. So I'm just gonna put it right here. We don't have to check that one because we know it already. The next one. Oh, Alicel Leveler. I think that one is a high cost because its ability, like, it is itself a strong creature with legendary creature with first strike, but also the ability to make your spells go cheaper. It should be quite good. Next card is gonna be Juffle Materia Hunter. It's a ninjutsu in red, okay? Okay, interesting card. I'm gonna put it to the side because I don't think it's worth much. But it's my first time getting her and she seems quite cute in itself and her ability is quite funny. Juffle Materia Hunter. Alright, the next card is gonna be Tifa Material Artist, but more like the second commander of the equipment deck, was it, right? Whenever one or more creatures you control with power 7 or greater deal combat damage to a player, untap all creatures you control, and another combat phase. Okay, getting another combat phase sounds very fun to me, and I know exactly. Wait, but here you need to have creatures with power 7 or greater. This might be a bit harder to get. Maybe the melee ability helps triggering it. I have to check that card, but I had such a color deck anyway, so I was thinking about getting something like this as well. Yo, Wild Rose Rebellion, the extended artwork. Yeah, that is definitely more than 10 bucks or so. It's rare to get that card in the first place, and then in special in foil. Yeah. And the last one is gonna be Sinspira Punishment. Whenever it enters or attacks, exile a permanent card from your graveyard at random, then create a tapped token that's a copy of that card. If the exiled card is a land card, repeat this process. This is very, very funny. This sounds like it can do very funny decks, but I don't think it will be more worth than $2. So we are gonna check these 3 and these 2, I would say. Right, let's go with Sin. That one I think it's the worst thing. So, Sin, Spiral's Punishment. Spirals. Spira. That's the issue I had. Whoops. I'm sorry if I'm spelling things wrong. I'm not a Final Fantasy player after all. Oh, it did make the players it should be. I guess it's fine then. Then we have Juffy, I think it is. Yeah, Juffy in extended art. Sadly non-foil. Oh wow, that would be a dream. Wow. I guess I must have misthought the value of the Shuffy. I'll definitely put her up into the right stack now. Great. Alright. I think we go with Alicel next. Alisaie, okay, Alisaie. I'm really having my issues with these friends' names and pronouncing them. I'm sorry if I'm hurting any one of you guys like that, but this is just how I am. Okay, Tifa, Material Artist. Tifa. Huh? Martial artist. Whoops. Did I say material? What's even a material? Wow. I did expect her to be high, but this is a little bit surprising for me. But I think the only card that can save this pack's value, like I think the normal value of a pack should be around 22 euros. So let's hope this one can hold up to that. Rose. No, it's counter spell, right? Counter spell. The good old counter spell. And it's not even showed here. Alright. 72, so it's gonna take quite a while if we go here. Yeah. Okay, the normal one is already worth quite something, but the foil one, I thought so. I think this pack didn't really make the 22 euros. Like, this should be 8, 13. Yeah, this one was maybe not the best pack, even though we got the counter spell. But hey, the counter spell looks great. So let's accept it. Okay, we are with this pack, I think. Almost. No, we have 2 more packs. And then we are around the half of it. So here we go. It is hard to open it. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, well, it is hard to stop you from seeing what the next card is if it's like this. Okay. The only card that I think is worth something would be Eden Seed the Sanctum, because it's the special full art card. But we'll see about that. Eden. Huh. Seed. There we have it. And it is going to 51 euros. So, a great one, and the rest was sadly not of big value, no search faults in it, so we keep going. This is now Shiva! Or Jill, she was dominant. In foil. I think we're just gonna check it like this. 150! She holds her spot in this thing, but for the rest we are not gonna check, we're just gonna open them. Rejoin the fight. Mill 3 cards, then starting with the next opponent in turn order. Each opponent chooses a creature card in your graveyard that hasn't been chosen. Return each of the chosen cards this way to the battlefield under your control. Alright. This might be one of the cards I will put in my deck. Their ability is very strong because the more opponents you have, the more creatures you can get back. So this is crazy. This should be a good card. Alright, the next card is gonna be Summon Ixion. One of the summons, and the cheapest one as much as I see. Exile target creature and opponent controls until this saga leaves the battlefield. Then, for 2 and 3, put a +1 counter on each of up to 2 target creatures you control, and you gain life. Incredible. Very good counter thing. I think it will go somewhere over 3 euros, but I don't think it will. The value of summon is that high. The next card is gonna be... Oh, wow. Another summon Bahamut, but in extended array. Okay, we already know that the normal one was quite high value, so this one should be... Make this pack a huge profit. Crazy. And the next card is gonna be... A Battle at the Bridge, or Fatal Push. A modern card. Oh, this is gonna be crazy. This is gonna be very, very crazy, this card. Fatal Push, special artwork foil. It's just such a strong card currently, so... And the last card is gonna be our first search fall of this display, Arden the Usurper. Well, since it's search fall, it should be over 3 euros, but this one shouldn't be worth that much. Okay, I think everything except Chill was a big thing, but let's... there it is, rejoin the fight, without fall sadly. And here is the first cut that I was wrong with. But I like being wrong when it comes to... No, this one is actually a bad example. I normally like to be wrong when it comes to cards that can be worth more. But I think it's still fine. Ixion. So here we have the Ixion in extended art. Wow, I was correct with this one. Knew it. So let's give it very fast a sleeve. Alright, then we have Summon Bahamut. Any guesses on how high the worth could be? Since the other one was already at around 17 euros, the non-fall, I would say this one should be at least 22, 23 maybe. And that's exactly the one I was talking about. That's the ones I love being wrong. Here I was definitely wrong. Wow, great pick. Okay, Fatal Push. I think Fatal Push will be worth more than our Arden, but let's see. So the normal one is already at 178, and yeah, 7 euro 6. Crazy. I knew this was gonna be a high value, and now it's been proven. And here we go with Arden. Isn't search fall? Ah, yeah, here it is. Search fall. Okay, and here I was wrong. The search fall is actually worth more than the Fatal Push, but still, $10. Great pick. All right. Now we are with this pack halfway through. Let's see how it goes. I'm really, really curious. Like, we're getting some great pools. I think we are quite positive now, except for one pack. Everything seemed to give us a little bit of plus. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. So here we have Fang the Fearless Easy in fall, and we know that this one is quite a good price right now. Primal Garuda, Princess of Alexandria. Lifelink. Whenever you attacks, you remove a low counter from each of any number of sagas you control. Put a +1 counter on Garnet. Each low counter removed this way. Okay, interesting. Garnet giving saga cards. I'm going to put this aside no matter what the price is from this card, because a friend of mine loves sagas, and this is exactly one of the cards that he could very much need. Choco Comet. Interesting cards. Wow, all of these cards look great. but I don't think any of them is worth it. There's no auto search for. So I mean, if you're interested in it, leave me a chat and I will definitely check them. Else, well, we are just gonna keep going. Okay, I think I just saw a double face card from the pile, but we will see through the cards. First, the first one is gonna be Yuna, Hope of Spire in foil. Okay, I know she was a 5 euro card, so this one should definitely increase her value, as much as I know. Oh, such a good card. Next one is gonna be Transpose. Well, it creates you the things. So I think it should be worth more than 3 euros, but because it's the cheapest one and the best one from all of them. It is an instant for 3 mana that lets you draw a card, discard a card, and you lose 1 life. And if this spell was cast from your hand, you create a wizard token that makes, for every non-creature spell you cast, 1 damage to each opponent, which means in your next turn you're gonna draw a second card for 3 mana while losing a life, but you're already gonna trigger and deal everyone 1 damage if your commander of Stoller is not out. Like, I mean, I play her, that's why I know this card together with her is very strong. It's a 3 mana value, so it also triggers her ability. It's just very good because you get it faster, more drainers. Okay, I'm not sure where Hades was as the avatar, but we will see it in a little bit. For now, the next card is going to be Tataru. I know that this card rose in value sometimes, and I don't think it's going to drop anytime soon. Though, I don't like it being in the Stoller deck. It lets enemies draw cards. I don't like the idea of enemies having cards. I mean, some guys like it, like winter decks and all. I don't like it in my decks. It's still high value, so putting to the side. And here we have now the Emetzel Unsundered in extended artwork. This should be worth quite some. Be very curious about that. Alright. And the next card is gonna be the Shadow Lord. It's Gix. It's a Gix reprint. But Yakmov Creator. It's now I got it. It's I thought it would be the gigs where that you can get in by sacrificing by exiling a black card from your hand, but it's a different one. It's still a good one because it again lets you draw cards in black, which can never be wrong. But I'm not sure how much worth is that one. I think it will be on the lower side, even though it looks hella cool. And the last card of this pack is gonna be the Wandering Minstrel and our second search fall of this display. Nice. Alright, so we are gonna check. Since I haven't seen a chat, we are just gonna check the Shadow Lord or Gix Yakmov Creator. And I think it was these ones. Yeah. So let's start with Gix Yakmov Creator, and here we have it in non-fall, sadly. Fall, it's 41 in fall. This is crazy, and I was wrong, and I love being wrong in this aspect. This card is actually a higher value card than I thought it would be. Right, then we have Yuna. I think it's this. No, sadly not. That one would be worth more. It's this artwork. No. Wait. Sorry. It's this one in foil. Oh wow, it rose quite a price. Wait, what? It's not even being sold in Germany and it's about 50 euros currently? This can't be true, right? Oh my fucking god. Alright. Let me just put it up right now as the first German seller. Okay. We still got Transpose, Tataru, and Emetzel. I think we go with Transpose first. There we have the Transpose. We're just gonna look for the other. Wow. Sadly, non-foil. Still, didn't expect it to be this high value. Then we have Tataru Taru. Tataru Taru. Hoo 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 hoo. The price is increasing. That's crazy. Wait a second, because I saw this just now. Has my one been purchased? Apparently not yet. Oh. Ah yeah, that's split ups. Okay. This one is something else. Crazy. I thought I had maybe I already sold it and the guy just placed it back in. Well, now we have another one we can put up. Very nice. Okay. I think the Emet is gonna be worth more than the Switchfall of the Wandering Mistral. Let's check it out. The Wandering Mistral. Ministral. I really have to click on it and go for the Switchfall. Here it is. Okay, maybe it's a bit hard for the Emmet to break through that, but we'll see it. Emmet Selch. The hardest sorcerer of Aeld. No. There it is. 11 euros. So I was wrong in this. The Wandering Minstrel was the higher worth card because of the Switchfall, I guess. Still, a lot of it. These picks we are getting lately is huge. Okay. We are at the half now. Exactly at the half. But it's looking great for this pack. Holy. We having some very great pools. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Alright, this time Summon Primal Garda is the special artwork file 1. And the rest is not looking good. So, Summon. What was it? Primal Garda. Primal Garuda. And nope. I mean, okay, it's not Germany again. I should put the German thing in because I'm from Germany. And it's even less there. A stinker sadly. Alright. That were the rares, the uncommons. Now we go to the rares. The first one is gonna be Firion, Wild Rose Warrior. Wow, it gives equipped creature taste. Okay, this should be quite strong. I think it's gonna be above 3 euros, especially since it's fall, but we'll see. Next card is gonna be Aradin the Usurper in an extended artwork. I mean, it did rise, maybe because of the collector value for Final Fantasy fans. I don't know, since there are so many different forms of this card. But we'll see, we'll see. Next card is gonna be Mog, Moogle Warrior. I haven't seen this card yet. Lifelink. At the beginning of your end step, each player may discard a card. Each player who discarded a card this way draws a card. If a creature card was discarded this way, you create a 1/2 white Moogle creature token with lifelink. Then if a non-creature card was discarded this way, put a +1 counter on each Moogle you control. Okay, so because everyone has to discard, it gives good things for your things. Okay, this could be an interesting commander deck, or a very annoying commander deck. The Moogle Warrior. I think above 3 euros for now. Okay, here we have Falcon, the Falcon Airship Restored. Whenever it deals combat damage to a player, you may sacrifice it. When you do, return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Okay! And for 5, return this card from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. Very interesting, because it always comes back. I like it. I think that's quite a strong card. I mean, It takes 2 turns, but for 3 mana, being able to return any creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield, that's huge. Oh god. Another, yeah, Surgefall. This time it's the Jill. It's very sad, but well, we'll see. First this one. And here we have Captain Lannery Storm in foil. I mean, it looks very good, but the card itself is not that strong. Might be because of the foil 3 heroes, but I doubt it. Okay, and we have Jill. So 3 search foils so far, everyone being rares. This is very great. Let's start with Jill already, since we have her here. The search foil. 26 euros. I think that one was the highest value of the search foils so far. It's crazy. Okay. Captain Lannery Storm. Here we have her in foil. I thought it was of a higher value, I guess. Then we have the Falcon. The image was a little bit stuck there. Does it? Yeah, it was in foil. Ha! I knew it. It was worth something. I knew it. Mock the Moogle Warrior and Arden. Since we're still in fall, I would go for Furion first. Furion, I think it was. And okay. Barely 1 euro. Barely. And that is because it's foil. Where is Arden, dear super from our artwork? This is it. Sadly non-foil. Sadly I was wrong here as well. And now the last one, Mock Moogle Warrior. Wow. I was wrong with so many cards. I'm surprised. This pack barely this pack did make a little bit of plus thanks to the Jill, but yikes. I didn't expect it to be this bad. And a very nice bird token or hero token. Alright. Next pack. We've got 4 more to go next to this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Alright. We got a Swamp. The Vanille in foil. Looks very great. I think this one is still worth something. The Acactor. Trap at the beginning of your end step. If a creature didn't enter the battlefield this turn, return it to its owner's hand. Funny. It goes back to the hand if there were no cards entering the field. Oh, it's a creature, 1/4 creature, magic pot, okay. Some very interesting cards, but I think except for the Opera Love Song, nothing is worth it. I think Opera Love Song is worth something. So we're gonna check Opera. Love Song in foil. And as I thought, this card is worth pretty much $1. Alright. And the first rare is gonna be the Water Crystal in foil. Yeah, this is definitely worth something. More than 3 euros. The next card is gonna be Waka, Devoted Guardian. I don't think it's gonna be worth much. Waka, Devoted Guardian. Whenever Waka deals combat damage to a player, destroy up to 1 target artifact that player controls and put a +1 counter on Waka. At the beginning of your end step, if a counter was put on Waka this turn, put a +1 counter on each other creature you control. Okay, he is an artifact destroyer, but very great abilities. But as said, I don't think it's gonna be, since it's part of a commander deck, not worth that much. I can be wrong though. Summon GF Cerberus. As much as I remember, it's one of the Versa cards. Then, if we see Shinryu, it's gonna be Senryu Yae Galvus. Because it's the extended artwork, it might make the 3 euros, but I don't think it's gonna be worth more than 3 euros. Okay, last 2 cards. First one, this one. And here we have Light Up the Stage in foil. Wow. Definitely more worth it. And the last card is gonna be Ultima in foil. Alright, let's check Waka first. Here we have him. And I was almost wrong. It's almost over 3. Then we have Summon GF. There we have it, Cerberus in extended artwork. And as I thought, it dropped quite in price. It is 183. So as I said, barely because of the extended artwork, 2 euros, but not worth much. Okay, to finish things up, because the water crystal, I'm pretty sure we all know that it's quite worth something. Xenos. There we have him. And I was right with him. I knew it. Then we have Ultima. And I was right with that card as well. But it was lower than I thought it would be. But maybe the Light Up the Stage can save this pack. There it is, it is. Wow. I thought it was worth more, honestly. Because it looks so great, but I guess I was wrong. I was wrong. Alright. We've got 4 more to go. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, we have Torgal and foil. I think Torgal will be the only card we can add here. What am I looking for? There are cards in common and uncommons that are actually worth something. I mean, we have seen some already, just from the Final Fantasy set. So those are the cards I'm kind of looking for. Like this one also barely got 1 euro, so at least a plus. That's why I'm always checking them before going on. I mean, there is also the low chance of there being a special artwork of a Sid, and that Sid was 10 euros worth it. It immediately sold the moment I put it up. So it's crazy. Alright, the next card, the first card is gonna be R&D Ursuper in foil. I think it was around 5 euros for now. At the beginning it wasn't even worth that much, funnily speaking. Alright, the next card we have is Katesif, Fortune Teller. Lucky slots. At the beginning of combat on your turn, scry 1, then exile the top card of your library. You may play that card this turn. When you exile a card this way, target creature you control gets +X/+0, where X is that card's mana value. Okay, this is crazy. It costs 4 mana, but it lets you scry and increase the power of your creatures. This is very, very crazy. And it's an artifact creature. Crazy. I think it should be more worth than 3 euros. And then we have Hope as Time, Lifelink. At the beginning of your end step, each opponent mills X cards where X is the amount of life you gained this turn. This is also a very crazy effect. I think it should be worth more than 3 euros, but we'll see soon if I was right or wrong. The next card is gonna be Ultima Magic Holy in foil. Yeah, this should be definitely worth more than 3 euros. Ooh, we got another Hades. Wait, what? A 4th Sword Fall and a rare one? No way. First time it's happened. Like in the collector display it says here, I'm trying to show you. 0 to 3 search full cards. 0 to 3. This is our 4th search fall. Incredible, right? I can't believe it as well. It's very, very crazy. I'm having a little bit of issues with my techniques just now. Give me a little second, guys. Be right back for you. Okay. Should work now. Again, let's hope so. Alright. And now we know it. It is the Emmet cell. I'm already gonna... Oh, I forgot the promise fulfilled. But now we know that promise fulfilled is not worth much. So this one, I will put it here because I think it's worth more. And this one should be one. So let's check each card, starting with Arden. No, starting with the non-false. No, we already have one false, so let's start with the false one. Arden. Arden the Super. Wrong artwork. Wrong artwork. It's this one. No, it's. How is it a normal artwork in fall? Okay, I was wrong here. I was wrong. Kate. No, Ultima. Magic Holy. Here we have it. We need to find the right form. It's this one, and it's in foil. Yeah, I was right with this one. 5 euros. Okay, we have Kate and Hope as time. There he is. It is. And it is a lower card than I thought it would be. And now Hope est heim. That one is also worth less than I thought it would be. Sad. Okay. Emmet Selch, you need to save us, Mr. Searchful. Yeah, I thought it would be crazy prizes. Holy. Enters our tax draw card in this card. At the beginning of your upkeep, if there are 14 or more cards in your graveyard, you may transform Emmet Selch. If there are 14 or more cards in your graveyard, it turns into a 6/6 vigilance. During your turn, you may play cards from your graveyard. If a card or token would be put into your graveyard from anywhere, exile it instead. It would work very well with cards that let you give that give you another thing, because it lets you play cards from your graveyard. Crazy. Very, very crazy, this Emmet Selch. Right. 2 more to go, guys. 2 more to go. So this display has already shown to be very, very helpful. Very, very good. But let's see if we can get more. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. What do we get? Summon Anima. I'm gonna place that to the side for now. And then Capital City. Interesting town, looks crazy, but it's not good worth it. Yeah, this is about everything. So let's check the Summon Anima. Below €1, sadly. Below €1. Alright. The first card is Tela, Great Sage. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, create a 1/1 colorless hero creature token. If 4 or more mana were spent to cast that spell, draw 2 cards. If 8 or more mana was spent to cast that spell, sacrifice Tela and it deals that much damage to each opponent. Okay, this is a funny card. Non-creature spells give you tokens, and if 4 more mana were spent, you draw cards, and with 8 you can sacrifice it and it deals that much damage to each opponent. Damage, I think that much damage means the mana value of the card. So you can use a 10 mana card to win the game, because there is a 10 mana card that deals 10 damage to any target, I think, and with that, sacrificing him, you can deal another 10 damage. Would be funny. But it's 5 mana, I think here is fine, even though it's foil. Baltier and Thrawn. Creatures, vehicles you control get +1/+1 and have vigilance and reach. Whenever a vehicle crewed by a Baltier and Thrawn this turn attacks, if it's the first combat phase this turn, you may pay 3, and if you do after this phase, there's an additional combat phase. So additional combat phases, but only with vehicles, so this one should be a new commander, but the last time we said that it was below, so I will place it to the left side this time, even though it's extra combats. Okay, one has already been revealed, there's nothing we can do about this. Oh, first time I got the green town. It enters tapped, it gives green, and create a colorless hero creature token, put a +1 counter on it for each land you control, for 6 mana. I think not bad, maybe it will make 3 heroes mark, we will see soon. Venat. Okay, Venat, if I remember, was worth less. So let's put it here for now. Heard of Hydaelyn. It's very good with legendary spells. And the next one is the Strixhaven Stadium. It taps and gives a colorless mana, then you put a counter on this artifact. Whenever a creature deals combat damage to you, remove a point counter from this artifact. Whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to an opponent, put a point counter on this artifact. Then if it has 10 or more point counters on it, remove them all and that player loses the game. You can kick players out with this artifact. Very funny. Very, very funny. Alright, next one is gonna be... The last card is gonna be Summon Titan in Force. So we know the normal one was already worth quite a bit. So I think this one is worth more. So we have only Sanarkand and Summon Titan from this pack. And here we have Tela, Baltier, Venat, and the Lucca Stadium. I think we were gonna start with the Strixhaven Stadium. Unfortunately, nope, it's a stinker. Then we have Venat. And I was right with her. Then we have Baltier. Baltier and Thrawn. Here it is. No, I think it's extended artwork, right? But you can already see it. It's vehicle, so meh. Barely. Tela. That one is actually the first rare below 1 euro that we have opened so far, I think. Even in foil. Well, sometimes I'm also misleading. I really thought it would be worth quite a bit because it looked strong to me, but I was wrong. Well, the Greenland I was correctly with, and I think Summon Titan is the highest value card here, but then again, this one was like, I think, the worst pack we have opened so far today. It's still, both of them are still worth something at least. So let's get them into sleeves. And then we go to the next pack. Ah, damn, I wish to get a Sephiroth from here, but I'm still not getting one. So I'm a little bit sad about that, as I still need a Sephiroth for my favorite commander deck. I was also thinking about doing an analysis about that, because currently I'm winning in bracket 4 with that deck. So I made a deck that's quite strong in higher tables. I will explain later to you about what I think about Commander. I mean, I already did a Commander analysis video and how to create, like how I would go in creating a Commander deck. But I think winning is nice and all, especially in higher either things. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. I still think Commander is more of a format where you play a deck where you have fun with and try to achieve something that's harder to achieve. For example, I'm planning of building or rebuilding my Kotos deck into a steal cards from my enemy's deck, because I really like the idea of doing so. And well, I don't try to win. I just try to steal as many funny cards as possible. And if I win in the process, well, that's fine. But the idea of the deck is having the ability and the luck to steal something very, very cool from them. Like I saw someone playing a Gonti deck and stealing an Omniscience from someone. That's like what I'm aiming for with these decks. With decks in bracket 2. And in bracket 3, I definitely aim to go higher. So let's see. Well, in any case, the Summon Shiva wasn't as well. Here we go for the next one. Gilgamesh, Master at Arms. First time I'm seeing this card as well. It's a fall card. Whenever Gilgamesh enters or attacks, look at the top 6 cards of your library. You may put any number of equipment cards from among them onto the battlefield. Put the rest at the bottom of your library in a random order. When you put one or more equipment onto the battlefield this way, you may attach one of them to a samurai you control. So it is expensive, but it lets you get equipment cards onto the battlefields. Wow. Yeah, this is crazy. If you're playing in an almost equipment only deck, this creature gives you the chance to get up to 6 equipments onto the battlefield. And you can attach them to any samurais. A very, very funny card. I like it. Next card. I think it should be above 3 euros from their ability, but maybe I'm wrong. Strago and Realm. 3 mana top target, open and access the top card of their library until they exile an instant or sorcery, or a creature card. You may cast the card without paying its value cost. As a creature spelled this way, it gains haste. Either an instant, sorcery, or creature card. So the creatures get sacrificed, but the instant and sorcery you can cast for free. This is crazy. This is funny. This is a very funny card. Alright, the next card. Squall, Seed Mercenary. Whenever a creature you control attacks alone, it gains double strike until end of turn. Whenever Squall deals combat damage to a player, return target permanent card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. Wow, okay, this ability sounds strong. I think it's more than 3 euros just because of their ability. Alright, Yuna's Decision in foil. I think that one was worth quite so much. What does Yuna's Decision do? It is sacrifice a creature. If you do, draw a card. Then you may put a creature and or land card from your hand onto the battlefield. Or return 1 or 2 target permanent cards from your graveyard to your hand. Very good card. And here we have Command Beacon. Either tap at the manaless or sacrifice this land, put your commander into your hand from the command zone. What? What does it do good to get the commander into... if it's very expensive, you can cast it for cheap. Interesting land. Very, very interesting land. And last we have Excalibur Extended Artful. Okay. So, we have a foil one, so let's start with the foil cards and lastly go for the unfoils. Okay, first of all, we are going for the Excalibur. For 2. And in foil, it is still worth quite so much. Not as much as I put it up before, but you never know. Then we have Gilgamesh and Yuna's Decision. Oh yeah, what? That was crazy. That's a crazy price. And we have a Gilgamesh. Gilgamesh. Wrong artwork. But this one was maybe wrongly placed from me. It is being. Oh no, it's not that one. It's the normal version. So yeah, a little bit of a stinker here. Okay, we start with Stargo, I would say. Stargo. Strike. I wrote it wrong. Yeah, way more worth than I thought it would be. I mean, the ability is crazy though. Gotta give him that. Alright, next one we have Squall. I think this one is very much worth. So the normal one is already one, but the extended artwork should be worth more. Yep, as I thought. The ability is just way too strong because it lets. If he himself just attacks alone, he gets double strike and can return creatures. It could be a very, very strong commander as well because it returns your creatures for free. From low value though. So, and lastly we have Command Beacon. There it is. Yep. I knew it would be worth quite something. The ability sounded funny because a commander that gets more expensive is now cheaper to cast. Can only be that strong. While you do sacrifice a mountain for it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And we have our 5th Searchful, guys. The 5th Searchful is gonna be Fear the Fearless Eichel. 5 Searchful from one display. Holy crap. That's something I didn't expect. I would feel bad for people who buy a collector display and get 0 Searchfuls, since it says 0 up to thing. So let's see how much is Fang worth it in the Searchful. Fang Fear. Let's just go for 1 and then look for the reprint. Here is the Searchful. And yeah. My wrong. Okay. We start with Vinard in Fall. It should be more than 3 euros since the normal one was worth less. Then we have G-Door in extended artwork. Oh. We have Snort. Each player may discard their hand and draw 5 cards. Then Snort deals 5 damage to each opponent who discarded their hand this way. Interesting. You deal 5 damage for them to draw cards. Then we have Oscar and final. I don't know this one. It's Jecht, okay. Reluctant Guardian. Whenever Jecht deals combat damage to a player, you may exile it, then return it to the battlefield transform on its owner's control. Each opponent discards a card and you draw a card. Each opponent sacrifices 2 creatures of their choice, and it turns into a 7/7 when it gets truth. Very interesting card. Okay, 2 more to go. Last 2 cards. Oh! Muldarod, the Gravetide in foil. During each of your turns, you may play a land and cast a permanent spell of each permanent type from your graveyard. Wow! Interesting card. Looking crazy. And our very last card is gonna be Jenova Ancient Calamity Extended Artwork 4. Okay. We've got some very great picks of this pack. And obviously a quite nice food token. So let's check them out. I would start with Snort. Let's start with the non-foil ones. We have the extended artwork though, but as expected, it is actually worth something. I'm surprised. Then we go to Jecht. Have it in extended art. Blop. Then we have G-Door, the extended artwork land. It is as sadly a little bit lower than expected. I thought it would go through the 3 euro mark. So then we have Venat. It is exactly that one in foil, so yep, as I expected and hoped, 3 euro mark. So let's go with Jenova. And she is also 355. And lastly, we will have the Muldrotha, the Gravetide. Muldrotha. I expected it already, but wow. But what are there for permanent types? If you're looking at this, like permanent type would be enchantment, creature for now, artifact. I mean, land, it's being played as said that to be being able to be played, but that's about it. Like it's creature, artifact, enchantment, and land currently, right? Cast permanent spells of each permanent type from your graveyard. I mean, okay, there's also siege or battle, the thing introduced in the Phyrexian set. But I think that's about really it. I don't think there's anything else. Let's check them, because I'm curious. Magic the Gathering permanent, or not, let's just like card types. So we have artifact, creature, enchantment, land, instant, sorcery. I'm not sure what multi-type symbol means. Planeswalker. Planeswalker is also a permanent type, true. Where are all the permanent listed though? Did I miss them? Ah, here. Typically I have one or more of either the permanent. You guys can see it, right? Let's make it like this. And no, I didn't want this. Sometimes I feel like my PC is trolling me. Alright, so we have land, creature, artifact, enchantment, planeswalker, and battle. So 6 permanent types, 5 which you can cast, or one of the non-permanent spell types that are instants and sorceries. Instants and sorcery, we would be at 8. They may also have the type Kindred, formerly tribal, in addition to these types. So 9 types in generally. Everything else would be subtypes. Yeah, so in total we have 9 types. I also have only seen in Kindred instant spell that would be Kozilek's Command. So instant and sorcery, and so many types here. This one is crazy. So this creature allows you to cast up to 5 permanents from your graveyard again. Wow. Wow. That's just crazy. I can understand why it's very much being looked for. I mean, it looks also very cool. This is how the other one works. Oh wow, it has even a fractured fall version. Wow. But the commander itself is not worth that much. I'm saying commander because if you don't play this as a commander, I don't think it's that strong. Because it costs 6 mana. The other side, I could play it just to be able to cast some of my permanents back from my Tallow deck, but it's so expensive. Then again, it's not that I can play them again for free, it's that I have to cast them, which makes it also a bit hard. In any case, with this we conclude opening the collector display of Final Fantasy. I'm a little bit sad though, because I haven't gotten my Sephiroth that I was hoping to get. But the picks were great. I will do a later video, or in my next video I will definitely put up some more of it. Here again, 1, 2, just to see what for a great haul it was. Oh, I forgot this one to put on the sleeve. Whoops. Then we have here the Emmet Silk, and yeah, 5 search faults, one of them being a non-common. This is just crazy. Like, look at this haul of search files. Very nice. Oops. All right. In any case, I will do a later video, or in my next video, I will show each of these cards' price, so that you can check them up again, on how much we got from this display. I also still have to add the other one we had before, so I will do that once once we are ready for that. But that was it from the what I said, from this display. So for our next plan, I will have to just some settings real quick. So I will close down everything for a little bit. I will be right back. So don't go anywhere. I just have to get some settings and maybe something to drink, and then we can start for our second round of what we plan today, checking the modern format.
So, I heard this one was used, but dum. Yep. Okay. Yesterday, Saturday, there was the modern qualifier, and no, actually, so yeah, I used different apps. Well, I just used this one because I have a tabletop simulator, and there you can play with some friends for free, kinda. That's why I'm kinda using it, in a way. So feel free to check it out at some point if you want to. Tabletop simulator is very good to play online with friends, without with having your decks ready already and not having to somehow farm your cards. In any case, we are going. I will just show my deck. So this is my Eldrazi Ramp deck that I built up. I'm already having some views here. Very thank you for everyone checking them. And the little issue that I have here is I don't use the how was it called? I think it was something with Walking Ballista, exactly. And that makes this deck quite weaker because the Walking Ballista is also very good for this deck. So if I'm just going here to the decks, I think it was the Eldrazi Ramp. Maybe I'm wrong. No, this is not the one I've been using. So it's not even here anymore. It's funny because there was a deck, an Eldrazi deck that won the tournament. Maybe I have it on my second one. Esper Blink and Esper Reanimator. Nope. That were definitely not the ones. Okay. I'll look for it later. The idea is we'll let the card. So there is a very interesting combo here with Walking Ballista because it enters with counters. You can add counters on it and then remove a counter from the ballista to deal 1 damage. So like together with Brasking Broodscale, either Glaring Flashraker or Walking Ballista has the ability to help deal damage, because with Brasking Broodscale and the Blade of Bloodsheath, as long as you have one of your Eldrazi tokens, for everyone who doesn't know it, that's how the Eldrazi token looks like. It has the ability to sacrifice itself to add you a mana. So, and together with the Blade of the Bloodsheath, I think it should be fine. The Blade of the Bloodsheath says, whenever a creature dies, no matter if it's from you or from the enemy, you put a +1 counter on the creature. I mean, the vampire effect is irrelevant. So once you have a Broodscale on the field with this equipment attached, as long as you sacrifice one of your Eldrazi spawns, so you need an Eldrazi spawn alive as well, you can get counters on him and then create a token, which you can sacrifice again to give him a counter, which would then create another token. And this is like the infinite mana combo and infinite counter. So, but then again, you would need to attack to get truth, and he has no trample, which means as long as the enemy has a creature that they can always put in front, you will never finish the game like that. It's just you have a great creature, but then again, you might as well. Let me just check if I can find it. Catorius. Let me just check. Let me just check if I can find it like this. Jumbo. Yeah, that's it. So If we are talking about big creatures, well, you can also just use this creature and attack with 999. Why is mine? No, it is showed here as the top card. Okay. It's been sold that often already. Why hasn't my one been purchased yet? Weird. In any case, if you're talking about big creatures, well, this one gets plus 9,999, which means you can hit for 10,000. So, great damage is nice, but without trample, you're screwed. And well, you could get another card with trample and all, but it's just not the same. So the idea is, with the infinity mana you make here, you can get infinity counters of Walking Ballista, or infinity through 4, which is still infinity, and then just remove all the counters to deal 1 damage to any target, which means you can just shoot the enemy away, kill it. So this is like an infinity combo that starts very early, and it's hard to intercept because like you summon the Brasking Broodscale, and if the enemy cannot do or won't do anything once you equip the Blade of the Bloodchief, it doesn't matter if he tries to remove your creature then, because this is such a loop. Whenever you sacrifice one, you get a counter. Whenever you get a counter, it's like a stacking infinity, because there is nothing they can do to interrupt it once it's completed. So like they say, oh, I'm gonna destroy your creature now. Well, before you do that, I'm just gonna suck another Eldrazi spawn, which puts on the stack another ability of giving him a counter, which then, after he gets a counter, puts on top of that stack, before, like, after resolving that he got a counter, and before your spell resolves, put another counter, etc. You see what I mean? It's gonna keep going up, the stacks. The difference of such a combo would be, and here we go again through my decks, like this can make decks different and strange. So for example, here we have the token army, I say, with a Rocco. This is a combo a friend of mine showed me. Thanks, Max, for showing me the combo. The combo is, you get this creature out to search for something. You have Greedy Immortal out, and you need an enchantment. Where that's probably put into my ramp. Wait a second. Yeah, here in ramp. Here it is, the Food Chain. So Food Chain and Greedy Immortal works like, you exile Squee, you get 4 mana, and because of the ability of Squee, you cast him for free and get 1 mana. So this way you create first 1 red, then 2 red, and you stack it up to 100, 1000, 1 million red. With this red ladder you can just start like exiling Squee, and start generating white or green or any other mana. Because you have a million red mana, it doesn't matter how much mana of the other colors you need. After the 1 million mana, you can just use part of that million mana to generate more mana of other colors. And at one point, should you ever run low on red mana again, you can just start using ramping red mana again. Like, the combo to get red mana is very easy for the rest. If you're not following the combo, just write it in the comments, and I will do another video where I can even show it with the cards how exactly it works, very slowly, going very truthfully. The issue here in this combo, which is why I went to this side to begin with, when we are actually checking about modern decks and not commander decks, is you're always casting a creature spell. While and that's like the clinch about the infinity combos. Some combos are vulnerable in consideration to others. Let's say you use Food Chain to exile Greedy Immortal, and someone realizes, wait, he can get a lot of mana in. I'm just gonna start removing the Food Chain now because I can, and I just missed the opportunity before. You can. The only thing he's able to do before your spell resolves is use any other creature he has, because on the stack he already exiled Greedy Immortal, to get other kind of colors of mana, and then you, like, as you said, you destroyed the Food Chain. So now he has a lot of mana maybe for this turn, but once he goes to battle phase or once he has the turn, he loses the mana and he can recast the Squeedy model from anywhere, what matter. But then again, what does it help if he has a creature out there, but nothing to generate him more mana? And as I said, it's that's like the weakness of this combo a little bit. While you get an infinity chain of mana that you can somehow use for creature spells from food chain because it says only creature spells, you can still interrupt that combo. It's a combo that only works if no one is interfering in between, because this is like the strength of some combos and the weakness of others. If we go to this combo, yeah. So when you say, once I have the combo set up, like let's say I have Brasking Blitzscale, Bloodchief equipped on it, and an Eldrazi, and you say you want to remove it, well, that's the moment I sack the Eldrazi to get me a mana, which then stacks another ability on top over the Brasking Blitzscale. So it is way harder to interrupt this combo, because I will just set these abilities into the stack. I think the only way you can interrupt this is the moment you suck this creature and I get the ability to get a counter on the Brasking Blitzscale that then creates me another of this creature. The only thing is, in this chain where you like target, where you sack the spawn and thanks to the Blade of Bloodchief, choose Blitzscale to get a counter. Before that counter up, please. That's the moment you need to interact. If I have more than one Eldrazi spawn, you're fucked, because I can just chain these and you will never get in between. But if I only had one Eldrazi spawn, it's like at the very beginning of this chain, that's the moment where with 2 removals you might be able to get truth. Might. I haven't seen it yet to go this far, but this is like the only version where I see, well, this is how you win with this, how you stop this combo. Because this is the issue of this deck. Okay. Now we have talked about this deck. So, what my weakness was for this tournament, I didn't have a land called the Cavern of Souls, which allows you to choose a type, add mana of a color for this type, and make sure your Eldrazi spells cannot be countered. I got so hard countered by a sideboard card called Consign to Memory. Let's see here. Because this one is very cheap and counters any colorless spell. Well, if you play this with the Cavern of Souls and, well, the Urza Saga is already placed in, you will get the things you need without casting them. You can get the Blade of the Bloodchief without casting it, and they will, the Consign of Memory can be copied as much as they want. They won't be able to counter the spell of my Brasking Blitzscale. Alright, but that's about this. That's why what I need to increase here. Like, I said it's Eldrazi Ramp, but it's my version of Eldrazi Ramp. Like you saw the other version of Eldrazi Ramp that's still trending in the meta formats right now is with the Writhing Crystal. When you cast it, you get 2 of these 0/1s. With end mana, and whenever you sacrifice another Eldrazi, you put a counter. So this one could also go infinite when you have the Brasking Blitzscale and just sacrifice them, because you get then again a lot of counters on it. Another combo thing would be nice for those who like it. I just didn't seem like good, because this is already again quite expensive. I'd rather use it, and it brings you another color in. I'm already having issues with my Eldrazi Ramp where I'm actually playing almost mono green, you see, mono green almost, and I still having sometimes issue getting the green mana out in this deck, which is important for your Ancient Stirrings, your Marvel and Rumble, and your Blitzscale. While it has no color, it still needs a color to be cast. Or your Sowing Microspawn in this deck that I like because it's a land removal. In any case, that's about my deck. Keep checking in on Architect to increase the viewers, please, and maybe some comments. I would love them. Okay, here we go now for the decks. So, first of all, I started playing against two different types of the domain zoo. In the domain zoo, your idea of lands is fetch and shock lands where you have all kinds of types. So here you have a swamp mountain, for example. Here you get forest plains and a surveillant that sometimes you might need because you cannot cast anything in the early phase, who knows. Sacred Foundry for mountain plains. So you see, in this deck you have like, you try to get all 5 colors out because there's the Territorial Kavu that deals 5 damage and gets very big. That's like your main attacker, and then there are different versions. Like some use this Vault Noctal to, how to say it, increase the aggressiveness. This is like the second domain so that I played this version where he like tries to go through with Kavu, Wild Noctal, and it's just so much early power damage and a threat that was very, very hard to handle. Then a Flage to get some effect damage if necessary, Sign, a Lightning Bolt. The good thing about this is you can get a lot of very strong things, like for example the Spectral Denial I would also add, because you have a lot of creatures with power 4, and the enemies would need to have something against you like a Blood Moon to make you slower, and decrease the power of your creatures. Then again, you got a ton of stuff out. Alright. This is, I think, exactly the deck I played in the second version of it. Strong point being early aggressive with all of these cards that increase with the domain. Well, the Ragavan is more or less to annoy the enemy and get you some extra mana, I would say. But this deck in generally just wants to go build up fast and get fast. So my ramp deck would be wouldn't be able to handle it. The better version of it with the Valkyrie Ballista and more threats to it would be better, especially since you can try to somehow destroy the creatures. The good thing is that Walking Ballista, for example, would be able to easily, together with the Blood Chief, obviously, would easily be able to remove Ragavan and any creature with toughness 2. But in any case, goes hard, and thanks to their 5 color pools, they are able to have any colors into their secondary into the sideboard to make sure. What I am a little bit missing, yeah, here it was. Tribal of Flames is also one of the important ones because it's a 2 sorcery that, because of the domain, can deal up to 5 damage to any target, I think. To target creature or player. So it's like a very great damage boost. So this is like the aggro version of it. There was also a control version of it where they play with the frog to start drawing and use a lot of counter spells. The issue with counter spells is, as said, Cavern of Souls, and in my deck, for example, it was I should just leave it open for the case we want to recheck it. Some of the higher, better decks right now use the Cavern of Souls, or for example, I at least had the Delighted Halfling for Emrakul to make sure it's harder to counter my legendary spells. And then again, Cavern of Souls for Eldrazi to make sure that no Eldrazi can be countered. What are you gonna do then? Like, let's say you can even cast your Force of Negation, a 0 mana counter spell if you exile a blue card from your hand. If the spell cannot be countered, what are you gonna do? It's just you're running out of options. In any case, that's why you have to think about it. Like, there are chances where you can fuck enemies up, but it will be less. And the control players are fucked if the enemy are going way too hard, way too aggressive. Okay. But this is how it works. Aggro deck version of having high power creatures on the field and start ramping truth down. 2 of those I met and lost because I said my deck was sadly not strong, and the consent to memory is always worth shutting in. And then I found a deck that has been, I think, quite often into the there it is. Into the decks into the MTG format. Some of them use them, it's just not often used. The deck works with, as the core, Goblin Charblecher. It costs 4 mana the artifact and 3 mana to activate the ability. The ability is reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal a land card. And then this artifact deals damage equal to the number of non-land cards revealed this way to any target. If the revealed card land was a mountain, it deals double that much damage instead. So while you might be thinking, well, I just put 1 mountain in and it would be fine and all, the idea is to put none in, because if you just reveal it at the top card, you just deal 2 damage. So, because you never know how your deck is gonna be. So this deck, as you see, is mono blue or almost blue, maybe some white in. And the idea of this deck is you have no lands. So now you're wondering, huh? If you're not in modern format interested or knowledgeable about some cards, how is a deck without mana even being played? The answer to that are these cards. There are some cards from special formats, like some mythic cards here, or some dual lands here, that are sorcery in front and in the back are lands. So Kaldea Rising brought some cards of these in, and the Modern Horizon 3 as well, like this one. So here you have, for example, this card that you can put as a land, and you just deal 3 damage to yourself and you can use it. You have this one as a tapped land. You have the Waterlog Teachings as either as a tutor or as a tapped land. Sink into Super can also be a land that deals 3 damage or a very good counterspell. Jivari's Disruption will be a tapped land, but it also works. So you see here again another land, it enters tapped. You have a lot of lands. Then again, you're wondering, how are you gonna go and handle the control or aggro decks in that aspect? Very easily. While you do have here and there some creatures that gives you will need, this is like the more expensive part of the deck. You will, like this artifact is just to look for your combo, but you have, I'm just wondering, because, yeah, here, Lotus Bloom, which you can cheat out and then gain 3 mana for a counterspell, for example, if necessary, like with intervention. And if you have no blue spells ready, well, since every land in your hand can also be 3 mana for your Flare of Denial, you have Flare of Denial. Some even use Force of Negation. Here again, another blue spell that, as long as you remove a blue card from your hand, you can remove a spell. So here the issue is just that you need to have the same mana value than the spell you want to counter. So for example, if you don't have a 2 mana card in your hand, you cannot counter 2 mana spells. And there you have very low. So this is the idea of the deck. So you use your counter spells to annoy the opponent and slow him down. And then you at one point try with this one to get your combo out and finish the game. So like you end the game if you have 4 mana for the Goblin Charblecher and you could cheat out the Lotus Bloom. If you manage to get both of these, you also have Suspend 3 if necessary, so you can give the enemy even a time bomb in that aspect. Because the Lotus Bloom gives you 3 mana already. So that's why you need just the Lotus Bloom and this. And the other chance on how to win as well is with Tameshi, because with Tameshi and the Lotus Bloom you can generate infinity mana. With that infinity mana, like, you can always get this artifact back because it costs 0. You only need 1 white mana. At the beginning you get you put a land back into your hand and then you get the Lotus Bloom out again. Then you trigger it for 3 mana, let's say 3 blue. Then you do it. Like this one you can do for as long as you have lands. I'm not sure if you can have multiple land things. And sorry, not infinity mana, but you can generate enough mana. If you have like 5 lands, you can generate white, blue. I'm not 6 times blue. To cast this one, and then here it says draw cards equal to the number of cards in your hand plus 1. You have no maximum hand size for the rest of the game. No, here you don't have it. I'm not sure, maybe there's a different one. Like here you can get the thing out at least. But I'm just checking right now. I don't think there is any card that lets you draw your entire deck. In any case, you just need to find your Goblin Charblecher. I mean, if you get enough mana for it, you have the invention for X is 4. Then you get the Trailblazer out, and then you need just 3 more mana to activate his ability, and then you win. So the idea is always this deck only wins with Goblin Trailblazer, which also means any card that removes copies of a card from this deck makes it way harder to win, because the other aspect of how to win in this game I wouldn't know. Maybe a Blackhair guy knows, which is why it's so much more important to remove any threats to it. I, for example, played after the first game a combination of flute. I mean, I think I have it here as well in my sideboard. Yeah, I played the Disruptor Flute and the Stonebrain, and by focusing on the Trailblazer, it was way hard for him. He needed to somehow remove the flute. I think here in that deck, wait, Glacier, he even had the into the flute more just to get rid of it. If he doesn't have that one, he's so screwed, because if he cannot remove that card, he cannot get his combo out. There, I think he still had mana to interrupt me, or a free counter spell to make sure he gets through. But it was he said himself it was close, and I made the mistake of not watching that my flute had flash. In any case, that was the Belcher deck. It is a very old one. Maybe the lands here have increased its power or not. That I'm not sure of. But that's what I like about the modern format. This format allows you for any decks to just work very well. Any old cards are still good, and also the new cards. Maybe the one or two new cards like this one is funny and makes some funny combination and easier access for your combos. But it still doesn't allow you to create a new deck. I think Boros Energy is the only one where new cards like the Ocelot Pride made sure that this deck was like it is right now, possible to be as offensive as it is. So I haven't played against any Boros Energy, and I actually wanted to wait for it, but I met this very, very nice guy in the tournament called Alexander, which also has a Twitter account. Wait a second, I have a picture of it. I'm not gonna show it up the picture, but I can show you. Alexander Mayer is one of the best known German player out there that's trying his best to go for the modern nationals and or European tournaments. He even is thinking about going to a tournament in Spain to make it to the nationals. Well, it is expensive. If you win, you get a lot of money, or you can get a lot of money back from participation in the tournaments. In any case, he was like my fourth opponent that I lost to. He made a deck that's not even in the meta deck, which is why for him I'm not gonna reveal anything. I'm just gonna say it has something to do with wizards. So once he plans to write a guide about it, and then you can just check it out. It might be worth to be good for you guys. I mean, especially I think decks that have modern decks that are not here listed have a great chance to be strong, because people that see these modern decks here, for example, and any other site, there are like 5 to 10 decks that are like the most known decks where you need to think what to do or you will be screwed. So because your side deck is more or less like matched to handle these. Like for example, I have 3 cards that handle graveyards. A Yakmov deck can't do shit against me if I put these in, because if you have no graveyard, what are you gonna do as a Yakmov? Your deck relies on the graveyard. And if we check through the deck, like the Belcher deck needs to somehow access the Lotus Bloom from the graveyard if necessary. They need like the Lotus Bloom and the Belcher. If they don't get either of these, the deck is screwed. This is like a combo deck. The Domain Zoo, you can remove the Kavu, it still has other cards. If I look, for example, for the other domain player, he plays the Frog and a Scion, and he can handle it. Like, they have so many creatures, just removing one doesn't bother them. They can just play any Showboat Brawler with Trumbull 5-3 and then they have another fucking creature with so much power. There, removing one of them won't help you. Making sure that one of them comes later, well, maybe a little bit, but not. So, for example, here, my artifacts that makes them more expensive and all wouldn't be that good because it just doesn't bother him at all. Here, if I can get something like Blood Moon, it would disrupt him a little bit. Alright, then if we check the other decks like Izzet, Boros Energy, Dimir Muktate, a lot of these decks love to have a lot of instants and sorcery in the graveyard. There your graveyard removals are also worth something. So I think, as I said, the main zoo was the only one. And if you're looking at this, like I can tell you, Glorious Vengeance needs the graveyard for something. Neobrand probably as well. I think they are both the same. Probably we can check them in a bit if necessary. This one needs graveyard, and I'm not gonna repeat myself. I said a lot of things are there that need graveyard, so graveyard removal in your sideboard is like a must to do. And then you have other options. Like my options were bad because, well, I didn't want to buy any new ones before trying this deck out. I tried it out. I'm happy with what for Intel I got from this tournament, and I'm gonna increase try to get my deck a little bit better and win deck. Here, this is the Brute Skill I was looking for. Here we have Walking Ballista, the High Warmite, the Brisking, Flash Raker, Emrakul, Ancest's Ring. I mean, some other cards, but everyone has their own things to go for, own version of it. In any case, yeah. So getting your sideboard ready for it is important. So that was it about sideboard and thing. We talked about the domains already, so I'm gonna close it for now. Let's check about the decks that I heard were very, very strong. So we start with Boros Energy. Boros Energy is being known for a lot. In the SGCon, even though it didn't manage to get into the top 8, the commentators were talking about it like, how is that deck not making it into the top 8? Right now, I agree with any commentators. Every deck has their like core cards that increases their power, and that's what I think makes it aggro deck different than the other ones. While in the combo decks, Belcher, Amulet Titan, etc., there are cards that without those cards, winning or making sure to handle something becomes way harder. Like Amulet Titan has like 2 cores in my view. The Amulet Titan and a card that makes every land type of you of every standard type. If you have multiple of them, you will be a bit more protected, but without your Amulet Titan, it becomes way harder for you to scale. Yeah. And if we're looking for the Boros Energy, Ocelot Pride is like the key part because of her ability to, when you gain life, trigger the tokens to create tokens. So here you see the very offensive version of it, with Season Pyromancer giving you cards and tokens, making it very strong. My version is different. I could show it, but I'm gonna update it anyway soon, so that's why I think I will show it a different time. The idea of it is getting early quite a board and put pressure on the enemy to think what can he do to handle this. Because this deck is so built around the Ocelot Pride and the tokens. It's very hard for enemies to like, because it's like 1 mana, you already get a cat or a Gyarados. 2nd mana, you get Ocelot Pride and maybe another Ocelot Pride or another Gyarados. That itself puts so much pressure on the enemy that he knows in the end phase he gets maybe another token from Ocelot Pride because Gyarados was out before. So at turn 2, you would have 3 to 4 creatures on the field. No, sorry, 5 creatures on the field with your best hand. How are you gonna handle that if you have no board wipes at that aspect? And the threat just keeps going. Like, the more mana you have, the more creatures you use, or the better you go through because you use your spells to remove their field, their blockers and anything, and get through faster, you know? This is the threat, the aggressiveness of this deck. And some guys would even build it mid-range, but because of these two combos, it's so strong early that it's harder to handle. Then again, we talked about the combo and the threats of decks. Getting rid of Ursula Pride will buy you a lot of time. A lot of time. This is like more or less like the thought you need to think about. What is their threat and how can I handle that? I heard from the participation, some of them got into the top 16 and one of them got even into the top 8 and just lost in the half final. So like we have the quarterfinals, the I'm not sure how it's called in English, quarterfinals, semifinals maybe, and the finals. And well, being able to in one tournament being at least spoken of, and then in the other tournament being almost in that format, makes this deck very strong. So if you wanna give a try to it, sure. The thing is, if you're not aggressive enough, a lot of decks now have a lot of options. I said I'm not gonna reveal too much from the friend Alexander Mayer that he talked about of his deck, but he found a sideboard card where it says it destroys all planes. If you're yourself not playing planes, well, you're fucking your enemy with it. Very hard. Alright. So much about this one. Let's go to the next deck. So these are only the decks I heard so far, as at Boros Energy as well. So let's start with Amulet Titan, since I heard he managed to get into the top 8. So far, I think even he won it and made it to the semifinals, but we'll see. I know he won in the semifinals and made it to the finals with his Titan deck. So the core card of this one is the Primal Titan, or in this point the new version of the Final Fantasy one. When it enters, you search the library for 2 land cards, and because it says land cards, it can be any. You guys think, well, what is so important about lands? Well, there are multiple lands. I mean, everyone knows nowadays about Boseiju, which is just such a good card. It's like the most expensive land I know of. I mean, even here it looks like it's the most expensive. No, Urza. 4 Urza Saga are more expensive than 3 Boseiju. So Urza and Boseiju are like the most expensive lands I know because of their strong abilities. Just because it says land, you shouldn't be too full of yourself thinking our lands aren't an issue. They are an issue. You will see it at some point. Trust me or not, but you will see it. Lands can be quite an issue. In any case, we are going back to checking. So the lands, you can look for it. It always depends on the situation. But your idea, like your core card story, where are normally 2: Amulet of Vigor and Primal Titan. Because in this deck, you have a lot of lands that just enter the battlefield tapped, but give you a lot of power. Like the one combo that a friend of mine plays, for example, which he likes a lot. He has to think a lot because he has a lot of combination to think about, try and do. But okay, this guy doesn't use it. There is like a card that lets you for red and white allow you to attack again with the Amulet Titan, which would allow you to get another 2 lands in. Like there are different versions. This one doesn't have it. There are versions where you play a card where whenever Mountain enters, you can deal 3 damage, and your job is to somehow get an infinity combo where you play all your lands or a lot of lands and then kill someone with it. This is a different version. I'm not sure what his main focus is, but then again, having lands on the field also gives you mana. Like there's the chance with Cultivated Colossus, you can draw your entire deck by using cards like this one, and let me see this one. So you cast this card even if you have no mana, and you place this land on the field and return the land that's already on the field, this one back. And like that, you can permanently put a land card for his ability and draw your entire deck. What helps you drawing your entire deck? Well, if you have mana open, like an Amulet of Vigor on the field, you will have always 2 mana open from here. And then with 2 mana open, you can always create place this creature to get more mana out once you have your entire deck on the field. I mean, it depends on their abilities of the lands of this deck. We can check some. What does this one say? When it enters the battlefield, add 1 mana of any color to your mana pool. So this land just gives you mana when it enters. Econ Deeps copies a land, brings the land back on the hand. So here, target creature gains haste until end of turn, or 5 mana if you both own and control this land and a creature named Handwire Garrison, exile them, then melt them to Handwire the Rittering Township. Whenever Handwire attacks, create 2 free 2 colorless Eldrazi creature tokens that are tapped and attacking. Okay. I'm not sure he doesn't use there. I'm not sure what this land is there. Maybe because it gives creatures haste. What else does he have for high power? What do we have here? 3 mana, copy target instant or sorcery spell you control. You may choose new tokens for the copy, or 5 mana, put a token onto the battlefield as a copy of target creature you control. Okay, so with this one he gets more Primal Titans. I mean, having a 6/6 on the field is already quite something in the format, cheating it out earlier or something. But here, I don't see any. Like, here his lands have abilities, but here it seems like he's more of a way of an aggro deck where he tries to get the mana off and then use this land just to give all of his creatures haste and then attack you with a creature that's power is as strong as the number of lands you have on the field. Primal Titan to have a lot of lands on the field. I think the idea is to attack with this guy and give him infinity plus. Because here, as I said, we have a land here that gives you haste. I think that's the idea of this deck. So it's like the Handwire Battlements and the Cultivator Colossus. My friend uses I think that Amulet Titan deck from my friend from Max is stronger because that one has a way of just using land drops to kill your opponent, you know? Well, my friend uses a creature. Here we have Spelunking to make sure that that has extra land drop and the same ability of your Amulet of Vigor. Lands you control enter the battlefield untapped. So like you can just use the mana from the lands instantly. That could be a way to increase his power a little bit. Oh, it increased to 840. Okay, I guess I need to find all my Spelunkings, get them out, and put them up to sell. If the price is already this big. But yeah, you see the thing. So the idea here is using the mana from the lands, and I think the idea is to get Cultivator Colossus onto the field and finish with Cultivator Colossus. This is the idea of the deck. And why it can become bothersome? Well, while I can attack with my creatures, like Ocelot Pride on the Arboreal Gazer, for example, I cannot get through his life because it first is a Reacher, but then again it has 0-3 toughness, so it's actually hard to get through him. They have quite a lot of creatures and things defensive wise, and as I said, it's a combo deck, so the sooner they get to their combos, Summoner's Pact is something to help them for it, the game is over. So like, just with the Braskin Brute Scale, you need to be fast against this deck, because combo decks say, when they have the condition and on the board, they win. And the condition is mostly having some kind of mana open while trying to go into a combo. As I said, I told you this, and this combo, if they get these lands on, they can always return the order and get an Infinity Draw combo or other different combos like that. So there's a lot of potential here, combo deck after all. If I'm playing against a Primal Titan deck and I see it through either Arboreal Gazer or whatever, like this one could also be used in Domain Zoo, so be careful. Once I see how he finish me either with like this, I know which cards to remove from him. Like Primal Titan slows them down, and then if you can find which form they're using, like if they are trying to win with all type of permanents, as a you could think of putting from the main zoo the ley line in, because that one already gives all of your permanents all colors, meaning all of your lands being all of the land types. That can already make you the issue, because also enchantments are harder to remove. Like there are many variations you can go for. Every deck has their own controller and own way of how they want to play them. In any case, that's the Amulet Titan deck, which made it into the top 2. So at least, I'm not sure if he won or not, but definitely bigger. And then the other 2 meta decks that I know of that participated and seem to be very good. I think we are gonna start with the Esper mid-range, because that's a deck you haven't seen me or Max play in any. I have seen it reach. There are many variations as always. I mean, some use the Esper mid-range, other the one that I saw in SCGCon was for example the Glorious Vengeance, where the focus is also to get your creatures in. Again, many variations, many things you can do. This one focuses with Emperor of Bones and Thalia and the Psychic Frost, like a lot of blink effects to win by having something big like a Solitude or the Baelmuk on the field and go in attacking. Also, you can use your creatures and things to blink enemy creatures and maybe have them permanently away of the field. Like, or not permanently, but at least away from the field whenever you attack, which makes it harder for you to actually defend, since whenever you want to defend, if you only have 1 or 2 creatures, because of his removal, since he plays black, well, how are you gonna block creatures like a 5/5 without creatures on the field? This one is I think all of these versions can be mid-range, because while they can be played aggro but getting very fast and early strong creatures on the field, I think as that Glorious Vengeance is a little bit of a copy of, or a little bit of a self-made different form of the Esper mid-range. The chances of this is you use in both very many removals, and your job is to get big creatures out. Like this one has the creatures of Overload and Solitude, one being a creature that gives you cards back to the hand, the other one being a card that removes other cards. So here it would be again hard to say which is like the core part. I mean, getting Thalia out and having no blink will be annoying, but then again they play another card like Flicker Wisp to have another blinks spells, and there's also the Ephemerate. So if we are looking here, for example, here you don't play Thalia because you need to bring the creatures back from the graveyard. Here this deck is more how do I say it, more attackable by sideboard cards like my Stonebrain, for example, unless he managed to block it somehow with some spells. And this one is more of, yeah, mid-range is a good word. It's not aggro because it still needs time, but the chances that you can like remove enemy threats and then go through them is high. Like, I haven't played against them, so it's hard for me to say how exactly to go against them. I don't have a strategy yet. Maybe after the next Modern tournament I play in, I can tell you what the strategy is. I can just say it shouldn't be underestimated. Okay, we talked about it, Glorious Vengeance being part of it. This one, I have seen it in the SCGCon live tournament. The idea is getting creatures either onto the field or in the graveyard, and then use a blink spell like Ephemerate or any other things to make sure that they don't have to sacrifice or exile themselves and stay on the field, and you can use them again for later. Like, for example, Blinking Atraxa gives you a lot of hand cards, And Ephemerate has a rebound, which means you can always just reuse them again and again. I think the biggest threat here is Ephemerate with Atraxa, because Ephemerate with Atraxa allows you to have a lot of cards in your hand. While Griselbrand costs you life, considering you will have also fetch lands and everything else, it will be quite expensive. But it's fine. I said strong deck, but once Goryo's Vengeance is out, it will be way harder for him to get his creatures out. Because if you're checking it, I don't think he plays all colors, for example, to play in Atraxa. He could play the Griselbrand. Then again, if he never manages to touch your HP, and while strong creatures look strong, if they don't have hexproof, there is always a counter spell, since there are different types. Like here we have a Phyrexian Angel, here we have a Demon, and Elemental. So Cavern of Souls would be harder to play in this deck, and without a Mistrise Village that he might play or not, how are you gonna be able to cancel a cast? It's so expensive, and it can easily be removed by something like Murder. It's not even a card that you would play in Modern because it costs 3 mana to destroy a creature, but you get my point. You can have, in black, for example, you have a lot of removals that can easily handle it. In white you have exile cards. In blue you have also the option to always return them to the hand. If you pay a lot of mana for a creature and then it gets back into the hand, what is he gonna do against you? Like Modern has so many solutions to big creatures in itself. It depends on the decks, obviously. Like my one isn't made for it because I have my own strong deck things, but you get a gist of it. Having to focus on how to handle. Like, I mean, even here he uses his own removals for the worst case things. I think that this is more of a combo deck because, as said, Goryo's is their important part, and Ephemerate. If you can get rid of these, this deck becomes just way slower to play. Like, you still have the Frog, which is in itself a very strong creature, but the Frog cannot carry a game in Modern. It can help you, but it cannot carry you alone. And since it's at the beginning quite weak, and you need a lot of cards to pump him into something great to make sure that he doesn't get easily removed as the others, good luck. So this is for me more maybe a more aggressive version of it, but also a more weaker version. On the other side, then again, remember, here we see it, Secret Lair SCG Con in the opponent list, second place. It managed to get to the second place. That means it has the power to put pressure on you, just like the Boros Energy deck. Okay, last but not least, the deck that I found here and there somewhere was the Affinity deck. Max has a version of it, everyone can play it how they want. This version is, I think, a bit stronger than the version of Max, because here with Tammy you can already create a lot of artifact tokens that you can use for whatever you feel like. The idea of this deck, as I said, it's combo. You need Emry, you need your 0 mana artifacts like Mishra, Mox, and your idea is to not use their sec ability, but to stack them up and either go in attacking with a Kappa, or Max combo was, I think, a little bit different. But the idea is Kappa Cannoneer, without him, this deck will get weaker. I'm not sure if this version is stronger in that aspect, but then again, it has a lot of options, like a lot of controllers in here. Like here, try to exile or get rid of enemy things that are cheap and slow them down. And the threat here is that you can get a lot of mana going for it. Like you can have infinity mana, you can have a combo where you always get cards back on the field. As I said, the idea is getting Kappa out and finish the game with the Kappa. So like, you just focus on generating a lot of tokens and slow the enemy down. It is a combo deck, and again, I'm not sure how Kappa Azorius Affinity would win without his Kappa. Like I said, the players playing it can tell you more about it. I can ask Max the next time I see him, either before or after the stream, how he would be able to play without a Kappa Cannoneer. He's playing Ujin for that aspect, to have a second winning condition in the there. Because you can get a lot of mana in this deck, you could try to cast him. And as I said, it is a strong deck. Since the Kappa Cannoneer came out, I think Modern Horizon 3 had a big impact on the meta currently. But then again, there are decks that are not using a lot of Modern Horizon 3 cards and or would work well without those. So that's what I like about this healthy format. Even the strong newer cards are not always the cards that are making the things. In any case, we went through everything I wanted to go through for today, and we still got a bit of time. We started at 11:30 and I'm always doing a 4-hour stream, which means we've got some time to play some Magic the Gathering Arena. I mean, I did say we are on in one of the videos I'm going for a launch into how is it called, for building my way up to Mythic, but I don't think I will have the time to actually play enough games to get up there. I mean, you have seen me already struggle in the lower tiers of this game. I mean, being able to build your own deck would be fun and all. I love building decks the most in Magic, but the standard format is just changing way too fast and strong with all cards, with all sets and all cards that are able, that I just dislike it. In modern format, as I said, like for example, there's this Boros Energy deck, but then again, in the other tournament he didn't even manage to get into the top 8, and in this tournament only one. So while it is one of the like newest meta decks that appeared, it's not unbreakable. People can handle it. People know it's coming, and they have their own decks that still work very fine. As I said, the Domain Zoo did for 2, for example, and got into the top 16. There was the I'm missing. There was a guy doing something completely new out of nothing, and there was also the Belcher guy that just hit me straight into the face. So again, don't let this that's like the difference between modern and standard. Standard is just a new format comes, a new pack comes out, and there are so much strong cards that without them, your cards that you got for standard format may be too weak. This is why I disliked standard and tried to drop out. I tried to go for Pioneer because it's a bit of an smaller pool than modern, but still has some quite niche to it. And I have my own deck there that I played a deck in standard that rotated out, and now I'm trying to play it in Pioneer. It is working fine so far, but I haven't played in the last tournaments, maybe because of the new cards from Takir. It might be falling behind, but we'll see about that. Oh, I acquired these. Yeah, let's set them as default, right? Oh wait, did they have better borders? Well, we'll see about that in a bit. For now, let's claim our rewards. Okay, more info, claim, and yeah, that's about it. So, for now, profile, I wanna check my borders. Do I have to set them up here, maybe? Give me a second, guys. Okay, I do have to set them up again. Let's see. Where do you... card sleeves here. So these are my card sleeves. There I got the Golbus one, but I want to keep this one. Yeah. And this one, for example, in this deck for now. Okay, good. So we got packs. Let's open the packs first, I would say. Let's see what we can get off this. First, the Takir pack. Not sure why it was still left hanging here. Nice. Now we open these all. Oh, some very powerful cards. A Kefka. Well, not sure if it's good in the standard format, but it's fine, I guess. What do we have in the store? And then we start our games. So let's see. Cool artworks, but nothing for me. I'm always checking the store because there's a chance you can get other stuff. I only have one though. What do I go for? Since I can, the dragons. Let's go for Beator, because I like it. And the end. Oh, 3-4 and the Final Fantasy cost me 600 more. Do I have enough money? Let's say 750. Nope, I have nowhere near enough to. Since I'm planning to play my soldier deck, that would be white. Maybe we can get here some different colors. And 750. Nice. Okay, we're gonna play with the soldier deck. Let's start with the best of one. The best of one worked well. And start ramping again and get the 45 attacks down, the land drops, and the white spells. To get the money and then maybe do a draft in the future once again. Since I didn't participate in the pre-release of Final Fantasy, it might be that if I just start going for some Final Fantasy or drafts in here, that I might lose heart. So you guys have to wait a little bit more for that. Llanowar Elves. Foundations. Let's go with this and say soldier. I'm curious if anyone is already playing some of the Final Fantasy in this format. I'm not sure what are there for standard decks currently going. Can check them at some later point. This one also seems to be one of the a bit older ones. Older decks. So the reason why I play this one next turn, I can just give him a counter and start smacking him while drawing cards. My idea is creating a lot of soldiers then to finish things with Miriel. Evolving Wilds. So this one is like his core thing. He's gonna smack me for 4. I will have to let him through, because I don't want to lose my creature right now. Ow. I'm gonna reveal this one because I'm gonna play it instantly. And thanks to their abilities, they go so well together, I start drawing cards. I love it. And he has Vigilance, so I can just start smacking you back. So he has 4 mana now. Next turn is gonna be ugly because he can double the counters. But I can also just get, since he doesn't have trample, I can just generate tokens or creatures that can just start blocking him and his damage. Okay, let's get this one in as scapegoat. And then this one. Let's see. If he blocks... Oh fuck, he actually had the double ones. I didn't think straight for this. That was a mistake for me. Well, I will get 2 tokens. I'm fine with that. Next turn I will have 5 mana. I think I'm gonna play Siege Veteran and Resolute Reinforcements. But now I lost a little bit of my drawing engine. That was not going... Oh, let's go like this. With a Battalion Veteran and another Siege Veteran. This turn not, maybe next turn we're gonna attack. I hope I draw another land so I can cast these both. What? Ah, they are lands. Okay, interesting. So he puts all counters on them. Okay, he has quite the army now. But what he can do, I can do as well. Getting armies out is also one of the fourth of the stack. So, this and this. Why am I talking about? This one gives me counters, and this one deals a hell ton of damage. So, and now that I have 3 of them out, I will get 6 creatures. So then she attacks next turn. I will have an army with which it should probably be over, because he can't handle both. I had that many armies of tokens. I can just smash right now all of my tokens, and it wouldn't matter for me. And next turn he would be dead. If he does go for an unless he has a trample ability right now, which would be not so cool for me. Okay, he looks for another land cards, giving another counters out. That are 4 creatures. That seems powerful. But he has no more mana open, so he cannot have trample. So I'm gonna block this, I'm gonna block this, I'm gonna block this, and I'm gonna block this. No creature got through from him. He is completely tapped, and I have a huge army. I'm gonna be curious on how he's gonna be handling this with the counters on all of my creatures. And here I thought that his deck was crazy with all of these landfall counters, and then he sees, well, I have an army of small creatures, a bigger army than you could ever create, even though you use a lot of sorceries. Okay, I wasn't able to attack with all of my creatures. Damn, he surrendered too early. I hate that. If he would have allowed me to attack, maybe I should have attacked first with all my creatures. Shit. Maybe I would have gotten it truth then. Whatever. Oh, isn't that nauseous? Have all the Final Fantasy characters been added here? That's crazy. Ah, yeah, that seems like a good hand for now. In comparison to the other hand, it's a bit slower, but it has a different aspect, because this one is indestructible. It can be quite annoying to deal with. Oh, an Excalibur, an equipment deck. Let's get 2 creatures out for now. I am missing a bit of mana, so I hope I will draw it at some point. He's getting a lot of equipment out. I feel like Cloud or something like that is coming soon. Oh, nice. I think it was like this with Endlist and this, and then I'm gonna use her. I need land, and I don't need this one right now. I need lands. That's like my main point right now, or my main focus, because the lands can just help my situation right now. And with him I can draw cards extra, so that's why I can get more creatures like this one out, and then the Dust Legion for the case that I draw my other thing. A lot of equipments he has. Okay, well, he's still alive. What was the idea of doing so? Well, I will just take the damage. Maybe to make me not block, but wouldn't it be better to try to remove one of these creatures? I'm a little bit confused about his decision there. Okay, so I will attack with this one, and here again enlist. And now I have 3 creatures and he gives me another one, so... Oh, I like the Miriel. With the Miriel it's game, I think. Bam, bam. Very nice. Ooh, a cloud from the starter kit. So now all of his equipment cost 0, I think. Double strike. Does he have lifelink as well? Without lifelink, he will be screwed. Because I have such a big army. I'll do here in list. I will attack with this guy. This one doesn't have to attack right now. This. And I think I will leave one to defend myself. So enlisting this one. Or 2, just for the worst case. Okay, I don't need any more lands. And create a copy of target artifact or creature you control. Right now it doesn't help. I don't need these. I will activate this ability and discard this card because I don't need it anymore. Now he blocked a creature that he couldn't even remove. Very sad about this. Oh, wow. Good thing he doesn't have Arena of Glory. That would have made the difference here. A lot. I mean, being able to double the damage on a player. It's crazy. Oh, attacking with your cloud. Wait, has he have vigilance? No. Why does he have no life killing thing? First I will block like this, then I will block like this, and then I will activate this ability. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, no offense, good game. Now he has lifelink and the double strike? No, lifelink first strike. That's honestly not bad, but I will just increase the power of my creatures now. And yeah. +1 in flying. Like this, he cannot block them. Sorry. This feels so bad. I feel so bad for him. I'm sorry, bro. You actually, like, I mean, even without flying, it would have been hard because we see the 9 damage because of the +1/+1 ability to increase the damage of my creatures was one thing. But then again, it feels so. It feels like I did the wrong thing here. Poor guy. I feel bad for him now. In any case, we are almost through with our missions. Let's go. We still got 1 more hour to go. Still, guys, I can't believe 5 soul trolls when only 3 were possible. I'm surprised. I'm happy and surprised. Like, if this was not a positive display, then I don't know. 5 sword falls. Okay, so we start with this one because it's a 1 mana creature, soldier. Ability is okay. Ooh, damn, that's gonna explode. That creature there. It's gonna get crazy. So why did I cast this one first? Because now I have more creatures in the next turn. I can just increase their power and then smack him with that. I think that's way better. This one, and the last one I smack him and maybe can go for the end. Oh, a copy, but a flying Chocobo. Interesting decision. And another, wow, a bird dex, really? Wow, crazy. Shit, I misplayed with the lands there. I should have gone for the other ways. Damn. Now I'm missing a creature that could have been the end for me, for him next turn. I misplayed that. Damn. He gave up. Sorry, dude, for your Chocobos, for your bird deck. Is the bird deck actually viable in standard? I mean, there is a chance for it to go in commander because there are so many birds, but is standard birds actually possible? Do they, like, I do know about Evolving Wilds. We just had a deck that focused on land drops, but is that modern deck actually working with it? I don't know. Doesn't seem right for me. But whatever. This looks good. Okay. This time I can only start at turn 2, but whatever. We got our missions to finish and our rank increase. I'm surprised that my deck here is actually working so fine. Since this one is actually one of the older formats. You see here, Brothers War cards are still in it, so it's like a very, very old set. But it's still working in standard. Like, I think I had to get some cards even out, and it's still working great, fine. Dude, hello, it's your turn. Oh, he took a while to decide. Okay. Chocobo is a pet now. Funny. Oh, Stormchaser's talent, alright. Okay, how do I start? So maybe next turn the Resolute Reinforcements, then Guardian of Nibilalia. Oh, okay, okay. Ouch. I will play the defensive form now. I can block with her, then discard just one card, whatever, and defend myself against him. The next turn I can use this Strike Officer to create token. Okay, now he would be losing his creature though, because he doesn't have mana to cast another spell, so Kori's Cutter is not gonna generate him anything. Interesting decision from him there. I wouldn't have done that. Yeah, what I'm saying, like, he wasn't able to, and he just read it probably that this guy can get indestructible and the attack wouldn't be that helpful anymore. Since he has no mana, I don't have to be feared. I can actually just create this one, give him a counter my Guardian of New Benalia. But I'm not gonna attack. This one is gonna be my defender for now. Maybe I should have gotten this guy a Strike Officer first and then the Siege Veteran. We'll see, we'll see. If he keeps mana open, I cannot cast Muriel. Muriel is gonna be, when I get a free cast, I'm gonna cast her because it's harder for him to remove her with her toughness and everything, and he won't be able to cast anything in my turn anymore. Oh, so that's where they use this artifact on, because it creates a token as well. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, whenever you draw a third card each turn. Does Stuck Up say draw? Nope. Okay. He still won't get Truth, my Guardian of Benalia. The Trample guy can just let Truth, and I will just block one of the Utter Death. If that's what he was thinking. Let's see. Okay. So what am I gonna discard? That is the question. Oh, increasing powers. Let me just check. I think I cannot go offensive currently, so this is the best plan that I have. Only has one card remaining, so he's running a little bit out of steam. I like to see that. Or maybe I should have gone Muriel first and then these two. Maybe that was the better idea. Maybe, we'll see. I have to stand defending right now. So he returned a sorcery card to his hand, but then he has no spells to cast another stuff. But next turn he will have stuff again. I see. Okay, okay. Oh. No way he actually managed to cast that second. Whenever you draw your first card each turn. I thought, oh, okay. So that's why it became so strong, this equipment. Now I see it. It works when because of the wording, I thought it was weaker, but now I understand it. Whenever you get a thing, it gets counters. Yeah, that makes this artifact quite strong. Alright. 3/4 can block one of these. And this one can block this guy, and I will take 6 damage. That is fine. I will activate his ability. 1, 2, 3. And I will activate her ability and discard a land. Go to 6, that's fine. My turn. Then I'll go with this guy in, because I create a token now and I have defenders. Create a token as a copy of target artifact or creature you control. Oh, only I control. Well, then it would be probably this one. Costs me 4 mana though. So, stock up as planned. He's just gonna get some low spell value on it. I have nothing to handle the Trampler right now though. But if he does now a little bit of a mistake and my Miriel survives, I will create a lot of tokens. Then except for the Trampler, everything will be fine. The Trampler is just the issue. Because if he managed to get his power... Ah, no! The next time he casts a spell, he will get a new token attached to it, which reduces the trample power. Because Cory's Steelblade can only be on one creature, and that one is just coming in, so yeah, now he has only a 2/2 trample. No! The token is still on it, giving it trample. Damn. Yeah, well, that works. But is he gonna attack with all of them now? Or what is he gonna do? Okay, this one he cannot attack with. Good to know. Okay, first of all, this one will destroy this token and he has no more mana open. That's the best idea. This one can just block the 6/6er, this is fine. And since I really don't want to die, 3/4, and I have to sacrifice my counter guy, sadly, here. And I will take 4 damage. But I think this is like the best I can do. I can tap 3 creatures. And she doesn't need indestructible this turn, because the creature is way weaker. Okay, how much damage can I do? Okay, first, 2 power to every one. And another 2 creatures on the field. And now with Miriel I will create 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tokens. She on declare, and with these 2 I attack. Yeah. Soldier and 8 soldiers. Now I don't have to worry much about the things. 9 damage only, but now I have enough tokens to handle it, except for the Trampler. I'm fine. Now he needs to be on the defensive side. Well, he can get the stock up back, right? I mean, if he would be wise, he casts his 2 spells and then leaves 2 mana to do the Cory Blade onto her. A Vivi in standard? Okay, I get it. Yeah, no, shit. Equal to its power. Wow. Counter. Ow. He has to cast 1 more spell if it's in his hand right now, or if he has to he can get 4 mana back to get this back into the hand. Yeah, it's over. Wow. Yeah, Vivi is a great card here. Yeah. Damn. Standard, true. It's such a good modern card. It can also be used in standard. Oh, yikes. Okay, I got my pack and I got my first payout. Nice. I still need the attacks. Still got some more time. Let's go for it. Let's rush truth. I think that's a keep. What's that for a creature? Haven't seen that before. Plant Beast. 2 mana. Rampart was added in the comments. I have to check them. I have to check my ones then now. Increasing the power won't help much. Maybe I will get a Benalia out for now. Because I won't get through him right now anyways. I mean, I could attack, but it just doesn't help me at all. With the next turn, I could increase the power of them. This one doesn't help until I have enough creatures. This one is more of a 2-mana finisher, which is why I'm keeping it often in my hand. Oh, Fenrir. A core guy. Then we are gonna end lists. Use her power as well and hit him for 5. Do we need mana? I can cast more with mana, yeah. Do we need more things? Not now. We are fine with creatures currently. Will he block with his Fenrir or will he let it through? He will let it through. Interesting decision. So, Vigilance guy, and this guy. Alright. Oh yeah, this is veteran, and I don't need mana right now. I have even enough for a Muriel. So, let's see what he's gonna do with this now. 7/4 can be quite the issue here, right? Oh. Well, my creature is not gonna die, so I don't see a reason to give him indestructible. He just sacrificed his Fenrir to my creature. I actually should have taken the land. I just see that I couldn't cast both of these spells. Oh, it's fine. One is also fine because I can draw cards with the Dusk Legion Duelist next turn, which is Vigilance, which cannot get tapped. And another Fenrir, giving him another land. But it enters tapped, no? Yeah, tapped. Well, he has some great ramping. I gotta give him that, but ramping alone is not gonna help you win games. Because he needs to see it for himself. Ooh, I should have taken the land after all. I think this is fine, and I'm just gonna list one of the core soldiers. Okay, this time I want the land, and this one maybe after the land. This one's fine. He takes 5 again, and I end my turn here. And I'm interesting. He has stacked up so much mana. Is he gonna try to go for a Bahamut? 3, 6, 7 mana currently. Oh wow. And that's a blocker. That's quite a blocker. 12 toughness. I don't think I have any damage to handle this yet. But, I mean, I could finish with this guy. But I can also finish with this guy, and this looks way cooler. Well, sorry bro. Ah, it's still a reacher. Oh well. It's way too much of a damage for one reacher to block. Very cool card though. I gotta give him that. Could give her indestructible, but doesn't matter. He's dead. Yeah, it was a good decision to get the mana in front first. I can also use her as a finisher. I forgot that totally. Well, back in Silver we are. I mean, we started already quite high, to not forget it. Still, wow. So, not many more missions remaining. Let's go. Let's finish this in one go. Let's finish today and get all the money for the missions, and then add money for a draft later on. Damn, I won so much. We should also be almost finished with the daily 15 wins or something like that. Well, here we are yet again. I love this Warden Inners guy. I guess I take this free win. Whatever. And we're silver. I mean, honestly, I wouldn't have liked to play that. I would have mulliganed probably. The hand looked just so bad. Okay, here, 5 wins currently. Alright, I see. Only 5 wins. A bit surprised, but whatever. We've been increased by a lot, but that might be really the case. Only 5 wins. Oh well, oh well, oh well. Okay. Have quite a good hand. Guess we keep it. I mean, I can just reveal this one. I'm gonna play this one now anyways. Another cloud player. Will this guy be another equipment player? Probably, right? Guess goodbye to my recruit officer. It's even excelled. Wow. I don't have to be this wild, bro. On removing cards. If someone tries to remove cards, well, I have 2 options. Create 2 cards that he has to remove, or make an indestructible one. I think the indestructible one was the better choice. I don't want to discard land. I would discard the Valiant Veteran, I think. Just because I can. Oh no, it doesn't die. What's that for a creature, right? It does not die. And we're gonna get this guy because it can create us tokens. Yeah, I cannot enlist. Enlist is like a wording from Dominaria. Enlist says only cards that have not been tapped, like that can tap, like that are out of the summoning sickness, are able to get are able to, how to say it, are able to get enlisted. So currently I have none, sadly, but that's how it is. Maybe I should have left this in my hand because it has flash. That was a little bit of a stupid decision from me. So I'm not gonna enlist, I'm gonna attack with both of them normally. I said I cannot enlist, and I need her his ability to draw a card. That's why I cannot enlist this guy. Especially, he's a flyer. He's not gonna really be blocked anyways. Next turn I can give all my creatures +1/+1. I'm curious, what is he waiting for? Okay. Whenever you cast a spell during your turn, other than your first spell this the turn, create the 2/2 blue. Ah, okay, he creates tokens by casting spells. Interesting. And he has his first token. Hello, 2/2 zombie token. Okay. I draw a card. I love this ability. So much card draw just through this blue soldier. So lovely. Don't you guys think so as well? I think so. Let's give all of my creatures a counter, right? and make them even stronger. I can create one token. So I will attack with this guy. And with her I will enlist this one. Whoops. Yep. That way I have way too much power for him to ignore. Oh, I like this Dusk Legion. No, actually these two are not gonna help me anytime. No. Next turn I can draw a card, because now after blocking in his turn with these three, I can just tap them for their ability. So he blocks the 5 damage, he still gets 3, and now the pressure is on. Because if he doesn't do anything soon, well, it's over for him. Completely over. And if he does... Oh, there comes the Vivi. Yikes. And now the second spell for his ability, or two mana spell. What is it? What is it gonna be? Okay, +1 counter, 1 damage, token, and I'm surprised that I got the Soul Cauldron here, but true, it had a reprint there. I'm surprised I see it in the standard play. So many decks built around this Vivi. I know that she's strong, but isn't that a little bit too much? And I draw a card. My turn. Okay. Since I have the mana for it, I might as well for 4 mana create a copy of this guy. 'Cause I can. Bum bum bum. And a new Benalia's Hope for the next turn. Okay. This one enlists. And that's it. And I'm enlisting this one. So another token comes onto play. Oh yeah, Muriel is gonna end this game. I will leave it like this exactly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 2 times the creatures I can tap. Okay, next turn I can just attack with all of my creatures if he doesn't have a board wipe or something coming. I'm also surprised this card costs him no mana to tap. Why hasn't he already done this like 2 to 3 times to increase the damage of Vivi for this turn? He lost a lot of power from that. Like, I'm really confused at what he's waiting for with that. I mean, he adds a lot of cards to his hand currently. And with the power Vivi right now has, he can get a lot of mana back. He created 4 blue mana. Or is it? No. No, yeah, here, 3 mana he created. I think he should see it by himself right now that this game is over, but whatever. Let's see what he still is able to do. He never used this Cauldron, even though I have a lot of creatures. It says from any graveyard, and I have like, oh, he didn't exile the Valiant Variant because he probably wanted to have the counter on the guy, but still, exile cards. Why aren't you doing so on my graveyard? I hit a lot. 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3. Because they are gonna get untapped in this turn anyways. Might as well. My turn. Casting white spells. We need to cast white spells, I think, still. And good game, because with this I have too much power for you to handle. Especially since the flyers are coming through and they alone deal 6 damage. I have so many creatures. Like, look at this. This is crazy. This is what I love. You can have so many creatures in Magic. In other games, it's not possible. Why didn't he use the fork guy to block my Benalia? Weird dude. And after I should get truth, right? Yep. Exactly one extra creature I had made me win this game. Sorry, bro. Nice! We are getting further and further ahead. And nice. So 10 more lands, and then we are finally finished with the job, with the mission we had. Finally, almost done. And we also kept increasing our little bit of prize pool from the magic packs. Ah, they were great. Maybe we can get some more magic packs in this MTG arena. But we'll see, we'll see. Okay. Looking good. What? This guy doesn't... Wow, okay. Interesting. He gains life with the card. A lot of life. Well, he shall. This land. And I'm coming for free. Damage. What is he gonna cast now? Ajani's Pridemate. Okay. We can get 2 creatures out. I think I like this. Bam. And bam. And let's make him again for free. Or is he gonna block it with his Pridemate? Oh. I know that there was a Planeswalker creating exactly these Pridemates. I have it in my Carmen deck because it's so strong. My Carmen says a lot of times she gets life whenever a thing gets sacrificed and a +1 counter, which is why they like both together scale with each other. What? Oh, he removed my damage increaser and gave him lifelink, which means whenever he blocks something, he creates more. Okay, interesting. I have a counterspell ready, but right now it doesn't help me attacking him. So I will just tap these 3 to give him a counter. It's Grime. I need a land for my Muriel, so goodbye. And I have a counterspell ready for him, so that's the idea. Let's see how it goes. If he gets 2 more counters, he can fly, so his lifelink is nothing more, nothing to be worried about anymore. Oh, I don't have this. I'm so stupid. I don't have the second blue mana for this ability. I can only use the draw 2 cards, then discard a card. Damn. Not that well thought of me. And he gets a second Pridemate. Wait, it's a soldier? Do I have any lifelinkers in this deck? It could be a good soldier for this deck. No, I don't. Yeah, I'm just gonna block. He will get life and the counter. I know, but what can I do? Wow. He would have gotten the life if he attacked me anyways. I'm gonna use the draw 2 cards. That's the best I can do after all. I don't need 2 Muriels, I think. I got my 1 now. Soldier. We give her out. They're gonna create a lot of tokens next turn. And I can start removing his things. Ah! I should have discarded this card and kept this Miriel for um, giving away his life linker, because once his life linker is away, he won't get any stronger. Damn! Oh well. Oh wow. Huh? With 4 mana, how did he cast it then? Huh? There's just 4 mana there on the field. What? Ah, it's the other Elspeth. I was already wondering. That's the Storm Slayer. Yeah. He will get as much creatures as I can. Yeah, only has a sorcery. So first, Miriel needs to attack him. 6 tokens, and now I can put the counters on her so that she can block that creature. Can get 2 of this. Bam, bam, bam for now. That's 1. I don't need a land. And another 1, 2, 3. I need to block the flying creature. Don't need this one next. And I need 1 more power. Oh no, he's gonna give another 2 counters on him. Well, at least I have a flying blocker. For now. I need these for the floor, I would say. Yeah, let's end it like this, and I hope next turn we get some counter increase or something like that. I mean, if he cannot kill me this turn, I think I will win next turn with all my creatures now, even if he gains 7 life. I will have to calculate. So let's see. 5, 6, 7, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 10, 11, 12, 13. 14. Now I need more damage. Another Valiant Veteran would do the deed. Wait, this only gets flying with this. Whenever you gain life, put a +1 as long as you have lost life. So this creature has fly. When he loses life, it gets flying and vigilance. Crazy bad. A creature with lifelink. Okay. Yeah, if I increase the counter, like the question is, do I block it or not? If I don't block it, I will have to handle him next turn. If I cannot kill him with my all-out, I think I will block it just because I have a little bit more time. Because Miriel will now create me a huge army for my next turn. So he needs to make sure to end it in the next turn or he's gonna get screwed. Probably. Oh, I can just a land. You've got to be kidding me. Oh, with all my creatures on the field. Let's see, with this ability, maybe I can get something good out of it. But I cannot cast it. I'm missing the mana. This is sadly game. I fucked up. Well, I attack with everything, I guess. I can't do more. He wins. Oh, I misplayed it. I misplayed it. He has enough life to let everything through if he wants to. Because I wouldn't have anything flying protecting me if he gets 2 counters on that creature. He has 3 flying creatures. As long as his flying creatures don't die while blocking, he's fine. And I don't have the power to remove any of them right now. Ah. Yeah, as thought. Not enough damage. Yeah. Good game. I don't need to play it any further.
Did we finish the land quest already? Let's see. No. Yeah, they lost after all. What can you do? Been a while since I had a loss. Today we won a lot of games. 40. Okay, 4 more to go. I would say I finished for today the land quest, and then I would call it a day. We again got some amazing pools. We analyzed the modern decks. If you have any questions regarding Infinite combos and all, I will try to explain it. It's just hard if I don't have the cards, but I will make a video to explain them later for you. Just let me know in the comments. And for now, let's enjoy this very last game. I just need to have 4 land drops. Should be only this game, I think. Unless he's some very high aggro EZ deck player. But doesn't look like that to me yet. Let's not get our hopes up too high for this. You can die, recruit officer, if you take this creature with you. Okay, he doesn't wanna trade. Oh, okay, he's gonna smack me hard. Is he gonna remove? Which is he gonna remove though? Oh, he actually. I thought already because he looked over the recruitment officer. Well, that's 4 damage. Ow. Okay, 3rd land drop, so I need 1 more land drop, guys. Let's go for it. If I get this one, he's just gonna remove it. I think I will get myself a blocker right now. A great blocker. Because he can get indestructible, which means if he wants to remove it, it will get tapped though if he does it correctly, but at least he cannot remove it easily. Is he gonna have another 1 mana spell? Nope, he's not gonna cast it. Okay. So this time he comes again for 4 damage, I think. Nope. He has 2 mana and he's not using. Oh, okay, he's getting the mouse for the next turn ready. And today's mission completed. Okay, I could get the Miriel out, and I think I will do so. And now, because I don't think he can kill me, even if he. And nope, that was not the idea. I wanted to attack and enlist. Bam. So let's see, Scry 2. The Duelist would be nice, but I don't have the mana to cast both of them, so both of them gone. Let's see what we get next turn instead. He lets it through, okay. So now I'm curious if he's able to remove my Miriel. Double strike or trample? Double strike, okay. Okay, 1 damage. This one can deal 1 if increased maybe 2 or so. What is it? 5 damage. Okay. Goodbye, Miriel. It was a try. I could have ended it this way. That's why I was a bit greedy there with the Miriel. Oh god, no. No. Don't make him too strong. Oh, that's 8. Yeah, that's game. Ah! Thought so. Maybe I should have played more defensive this turn. Damn. That's red for you. I forgot the double strike of the mouse. A little bit of my mistake. Ah well. For today, got back to silver. Oh, that's an achievement a little. Thank you all for watching. Because I got some packs right now, obviously I will open them still with you. And then I would say we call it a day. And thank you all for being with me. And wow, Joda the Unifier. Is it able to play him in standard? Would be funny. Because in this set there came so many legendary creatures. In any case, with that I'll call it a day. Thank you very much for attending and see you next time.